Comprehensive morning program here on GH Today. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. I love Wednesdays. You know why?
Talk to me. Because I know you're a fear.
Yes.
So how come?
Now, Wednesdays give me 2 days towards the weekend.
I mean, I was not expecting that at all because I thought perhaps you would say, someone special was born on a Wednesday.
Oh, interestingly,
Yes.
someone special. My grandmother was born on a Wednesday. Yeah. That woman is so dear to me. Yeah.
My mother, my wife, born on Wednesday. Lily, please, don't get different troubles for me this morning. But welcome to the show this morning. And we're excited to be on your dial. And this is the best way to wake up in the capital and beyond. Like Lily said, it's Team Jolie. And we're here for a reason. From now till 10 a.m., we're keeping you educated, informed, and also entertained in one way or the other. Because this is where Ghana always wakes up to have that very important conversation. We'll bring you the newspapers. We'll also touch base with court today and talk about quite a lot happening because it's like there's a song, Adichie Monsem, every single morning there's something to talk about. Yeah. So yesterday we saw quite a lot of things happen. Unfortunately,
an accident
on Kodjo stretch.
Road.
7 people losing their lives.
I say this every day, needless loss of lives.
And I can't even call them accidents any longer.
Yes.
These are crashes. Some way, somehow, someone is responsible for a crash.
Avoidable death.
7 people losing their lives.
And
terrible.
It feels as though every day we're losing our human resource base, and as a country we're looking on.
Yeah. We've normalized what should not be normalized.
Data, statistics as usual. Oh, you see a man for okay. Then we say, oh, sorry. And then we move on because the next day more accidents will happen.
And look at what we're seeing on your screens currently. Totally needless. I mean, 7 lives, too many to be lost on the stretch, and it's terrible. We need to be, I don't know, but we need to take very, very serious things into consideration. And for me, I've always said that one of the ways to minimize what we are seeing currently is if we have an effective rail system that takes pressure off of our roads. And so these big trucks carrying all these things to different parts of the country from the south to the north, if we had an effective rail system, all of this pressure will move from the roads to the rail. And then you and I can use the roads, and then maybe I can even live in a Bri and come to work in Accra.
But as it stands, you dare not. And then the people of Sola, Tuna, and Kalba are also in the news. They are unable to sleep in their homes. They had to take the IGP to visit the area yesterday. Quite unfortunate. Over 10 people have died over a small piece of land. This is not even up to a one plot. A small piece of land. People are dying over it. People are wielding sophisticated weapons. People are wielding locally made ammunitions. And we have very porous borders. Yesterday, when I engaged the DC for the area, he talked about the fact that people coming, because they are border town, they share close boundaries with Burkina Faso. People coming from Burkina Faso, as and when, nobody checks them. People walk in as though they are walking into their bedrooms. And this is what we're dealing with as a country. Look at what is on your screens. People have lost their homes. People have lost livelihoods. People now sleep in the open. Imagine if there's a heavy rain. What happens? What happens to all these people? And some are even sleeping in the bushes.
Yeah, for fear of their lives.
You know?
And so they've had to take solace and refuge in the farms and all of that. And yesterday we understand that, yes, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection under the school feeding program was providing some hot meals. But how sustainable is this? If we do not have a situation where peace is prevailing in the area, we cannot continue like this. And, I always say that, Lily, nobody can broker peace in an area than the people themselves.
I agree.
Until they decide that, listen, whatever we are fighting over is needless. The land or other issues that might have led to where we are, is it worth the lives we are losing? Is it worth the houses we are torching? Is it worth people who now have to live in constant fear in the area? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, regardless.
Livelihoods, what happens to education, everything grinds to a halt. Now, other communities are moving on. Tomorrow morning, when we wake up, another community will move on. Yet your community is at a standstill. Can't we just broker peace for our own sake and for the sake of our children and the future? It's quite sad. And then still up north, Bagri Dam will be spilled today.
Yeah.
So I know that there's been a lot of sensitization going on. If you if you have farmlands in that area, please be cautious. Know that Bagri Dam will be spilled today. It also brings up the conversation of the Palugu multipurpose dam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, you know, if we had constructed this, do we have to have these conversations?
Looks like sometimes it gets a bit depressing, but we are still hopeful. And I keep saying, until the National Development Planning Commission, until the NDPC decides that, listen, regardless of which political manifesto brought you into power, this is the trend of development we are following. We'll still have these issues. Because every political party that wins power will decide to pick and choose where to put development and even which kind of development to put there. Because as we are speaking, there's another market fire in Kumasi, and you're asking yourself, why?
You know,
why?
Just about 6 months ago, we're dealing with one, and now we're dealing with another.
Exactly.
Over 300 shops. And again, livelihoods, human resource base.
Touched completely. And we're asking ourselves, so over the years, the sensitization that has been carried out, because Kumasi is recording one fire too many. Because consistently, we are seeing these fires, and sometimes we've also heard, and this, we've not seen the investigations conclude, that even some of these things are arson, not just fires that have been... It's a complete act of arson. Why? Because when this happens, people will come in there, and because of the season we find ourselves in, politicians will capitalize on this. Oh, bring you some 50 million, bring some bags of cement, or let's rebuild, let's do this. I think we need to put things properly in place.
Imagine... As a young person out of school, you're struggling to get a job, you're able to gather some money, get a stall, and then put some merchandise in there. And then one morning you wake up and then it's been raised down.
And people go for loans.
Yes.
So you are not crying over what you've lost in the shop. You are also crying about the fact that there is debt ahead of you and there is no way to recoup that debt by selling your wares. And it's very troubling. It's very troubling. Some way, somehow, we need to have a very serious conversation on these kind of things. But, I mean, we'll be touching base on all of these conversations and more.
And some political
of course.
conversations as
MPP,
well. Yeah, MPP.
Is she? Rado. The sure is she.
I know.
And today, about 3 will be filing their nominations. And then some
Dr.
also be filing tomorrow.
Kennedy
Japan,
and Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
You know, the interesting part, I spoke to Kwesi Kwatim, who is spokesperson for the Japan team. And he says that they were the first to pick forms and the first to submit. So that tells you something. And I said, hey, okay.
You know, it's going to be an interesting couple of days. After we go to Akwetia and after Tamale Central, now the heat will be on.
Absolutely. Because, you know, the MPP has officially put a ban on campaigning. It says, wait, let's finish Akwetia. As for Tamale Central, we are not part of it. So right after Akwetia, and I've been told that Kennedy Japan will start on the 4th of September. Giddy on Thursday. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's motivate you this morning as we help you start your day right. So our quote this morning is by Pablo Picasso, the famous Pablo Picasso, who says, inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. Of course, you can find all the quotes to ginger you every morning, but sorry, do
something. Do something. The devil finds work for the idle hands. And so do something, and then inspiration will find you. But let's check out the word of the day, because every morning we help you improve your grammar, improve your comprehension, also improve your vocabulary. Teacher Abaz, Lorraine, helping us. I appreciate that.
Today's word is expendable. Expendable. It's an adjective. If you describe someone or something as expendable, you mean they are not needed enough to be kept or saved. Let's exemplify it. Some critics thought the embattled CEO should be dismissed because he is expendable. Expendable.
Right.
So that's teacher Bass there.
Yes, yes.
The extra tall man.
Extra tall guy. Yeah, the guy is not tall, he's long. Anyways, but I mean, thankfully, nobody working at EIB is expendable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not expendable.
Absolutely.
Not like the movie Expendables. Yes.
Anyway, so let's pump you up. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's cold. It's chilly. I know. But get up. Let me pump you up with our video of the day. Our video of the day is by Kim Promise featuring Kodjo. He says, "Bra." So you too, bra. Kodjo.
2 for
It's a
victory.
sign of victory.
Yeah, that's a sign. Yeah, victory.
Anyway, so that's our video of the morning. Now let's head to the court. Untiasia, Fayeko Court. All right, we're in court and Captain has joined us. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Lily.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you
Great.
for asking.
Joshua Kodjo Mensah.
Yeah, El Capitano. El Capitano.
You know, when Lily said, if you don't, I'll say one tear, see her. You
For
can
court.
go to court. You know one interesting thing about court? Yes, as for the court there, it is there. It's there for everybody. It's for everybody.
Right.
You can go to court, but there's another thing of getting what you want.
Absolutely.
So you allege and you go, but you come back with your own accoutrement. That if your case is not what you perceived it to be, you definitely come back. I said,
Anyway, take us to court.
Yes. A few things are happening, even though the legal vacation is on, and people will be asking, why is it a legal vacation? But the vacation court are sitting. And you know the interesting thing? Yesterday I was at the office here, but I was in court. Yes.
That's what helps us. You know, as journalists, we multitask.
Absolutely. E-justice. The e-justice system is working effectively this legal vacation. So all the high courts, especially those in Accra, you just have to sit, go to the Judicial Service website, look up for the virtual court sittings, log into any court of your choice. As long as that court is sitting during the legal vacation, all of them have been listed. You can enter and then take part in proceedings.
That's
take part.
one.
Very, very easy and all.
And I don't think it should be even limited to vacation courts alone.
So
it will be nice. That one, no one can seize your phone.
Kodjo Mensah's experience in court has to do with, I think one time he went to court and then, before you enter the courtroom, by the door it is greeting you, switch off your
phones.
And then you'll be there and your phone, don't know if you say, fear me, fool. And then you when it matters most, then your phone starts to give you out. Then it starts ringing. At that point, sometimes you get confused. You wouldn't know what to do.
Whether to put it off.
You don't know. You will just be confused. And you'll be there. And then the officers in black will just come to you nicely. They'll know, nicely. They'll just do like this. You hand it over to them. Don't argue at all. Just hand over to them. And then you are safe.
Ken Oforiatta is in the news.
Yes. Ken Oforiatta. He has a middle name.
Nana Yao Kuntunkununku.
Yes. When you walk out there, some people say it's OSP's friend. But yesterday, Ken Oforiatta and his lawyers versus the special prosecutor and also his men were in court. And why were they in court? For those who remember, sometime in February 12, 2025, early this year, the OSP went to the circuit courts with an ex-party motion on the blind side of Ken Oforiatta and his lawyers. And it was a simple task. We want Ken Oforiatta. We have invited him. He's not showing up. We want a warrant of arrest to go for him. And the court granted the OSP a warrant of arrest to go and arrest Ken Oforiatta anywhere he finds. That's why he was declared wanted. Now, fast forward. Within that time frame per the procedure, when an order is made, there's a time frame that within which if you want to subject it to appeal, you do it. Time not pass. But that doesn't close the window. If you still want to do that, you go and seek leave of the court. Ask the court that, look, I know the time has elapsed, but you have a discretion. And you want to invoke your discretion to allow us to file our notice of appeal to challenge that particular order. Mind you, they have filed a certiorari to quash that particular arrest warrant order. But that is pending. It's not been dealt with. And they say that, look, we want to appeal. So sometimes you go to the Supreme Court with the certiorari and they will tell you, oh, what you are seeking, it is best dealt with at appeal. So go and appeal. So they have looked at the option. In this case, because it happened at the circuit court, appeal lies at the High Court. So they went to the High Court yesterday to move a motion for extension of time to be able to put their processes before the court by way of challenging what is before or what the circuit court has ordered by way of the arrest warrant. The special prosecutor's lawyers, or Kifie Jaben's lawyers, said that, look, this is an abuse of court process. Because one, even the time given them is elapsed. Number two, they have a certiorari pending, and they are here, and all of that. So the court should not grant them whatever. It's more like re-arguing your case and all of that. But the court, Justice Ruby Aite, listening to the parties and said, look, the request from Ken Ofori-Atta and his lawyers would be granted. And the court granted it by way of ordering him to file it within 2 weeks from yesterday. So Ken Ofori-Atta has a window of 2 weeks to be able to file all processes in relation to the appeal he intends to file to challenge the arrest warrant granted by the circuit court. So that is what happened in relation to. But don't forget that the OSP has activated the Interpol, the red alert, everything is on. Until such time that the order by the circuit court is vacated or is set aside, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And then the embattled CJ is also back in the news.
Yes. Yesterday, I did tell you about the fact that following the Article 146 committee's work, 3 petitions came to the fore. And in fact, yesterday I also mentioned that so far, 1 of the petitions have been concluded, 2 more to go. And so she went to the High Court for an originating motion. That one she did not succeed because the High Court strike it out. Pending cases are pending. There's one also pending at the Supreme Court. There's another also pending at the ECOWAS courts. And of course, she's also gone back to the High Court again, this time around the general jurisdiction, to ask that, look, that petition from Shining Star is illegal. Shining Star is not a legal entity. It's not registered anywhere in our laws. And so it cannot have foundation, only locals, no capacity to bring out a petition of that nature. Yesterday, in fact, following that action, the Attorney General has filed a motion to counter it and say that, look, court, strike it out, because this one, the proceedings of the committee are supposed to be dealt with in camera or behind closed doors. If the petition is not fit, the committee is clothed with the power to determine that. And mind you, it is an in-camera hearing, so you cannot bring that one out to the public. You know, the court is a public place. So whatever happens there is out there. So strike it out, let the committee continue with its work. The committee has the competence, or has that authority to determine that this petition is not fit for purpose. So yesterday, the parties met virtually from the comfort of their chambers and all of that. The court was also sitting and all of that. But it came to the fore that the suspended Chief Justice and her lawyers have filed an affidavit in opposition to challenge what the Attorney General is asking for. And that has not been served on the office of the Attorney General. So that case has been adjourned to September 9 for the AG's motion to be heard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And Aboki?
Wallahi.
I mean, the former MPA boss, Dr. Abdul Mustafa Hamid, and 9 others we know, I remember. And there's that picture I cannot get, the mark shot, I can't get it out of my head. No, because, I mean, it was the first time I saw something of that nature.
Yeah.
You know, holding that with your name and inscription OSP. Talk to me, what's happening with that?
So, we know that Mustafa Hamid, 6 others, and then 3 companies were charged by the Office of the Special Prosecutor in relation to some corruption and corruption-related activities and all of that, extortion and all of that. Their pleas have been taken. They have pleaded not guilty to 25 counts, a combined 25 counts. And then they have been granted bail. And remember that the OSP, the day that they were charged and then they were granted bail, the OSP updated us, apart from Mustafa Hamid, the rest could not meet their bail conditions and all of that. It took some of them time to be able to even meet their respective bail conditions and all of that. So it's a criminal matter. And then the case, at the time that the matter happened, you cannot adjourn it beyond a certain date. So the vacation is on, so the court adjourn it so that it will be before a vacation judge for some other interlocutory matter, if it be motions and other stuff to be dealt with. Yesterday, there was a sitting before Justice Ruby Aite, who is relieving the Criminal Court 3 in respect of this matter. And it was very interesting. And the indication is that fresh charges are on its way or on their way coming because the OSP is amending the charge sheet that is currently before the court. And yesterday, when the parties met, one controversial thing that took place was to the effect about how the parties are being notified. Lawyers of Mustafa Hamid, the former Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Penka, were of the view that they were invited to the office of the OSP and then they were served with the processes and then there was an attempt to film them and all of that. They think that is not right. But after forth and back and all of that, that case has been adjourned to October. So expect that in October, we'll see OSP slapping fresh charges on these, whether the accused persons will reduce, whether the accounts are going to be increased, and all of that. But what is clear is that fresh charges are expected to be slapped on Mustafa Hamid and the others who have been charged. And their plea will definitely be taken again once that is done. So that is the update in the respect of this very matter.
Interesting. Quite interesting. Ablekuma North, yesterday we saw a statement from the police that gave some indication that some 8 persons have been charged, granted bail. What's the details?
Yes. So the Ablekuma Riran, we saw that incident a lot of the time where I think we also saw how Akumsin in them. I'm sure the visuals on
this indicates
this very
spray
absolutely. So in respect of this case,
the flight.
Yes, we saw a flight there. So in respect of this matter, some persons involved in this commotion, 8 of them were apprehended, and then yesterday they were arraigned. And interestingly, Joshua Kodjo, Mensah, and Lily. When they were arraigned, they did not deny the charges that have been leveled against them.
But that's quite interesting, You know, very often people plead not guilty, but these persons just pled guilty.
Yes. So that's if you look
maybe
at the police
in the face of overwhelming evidence, where you can see yourself doing exactly what you've been accused of.
But the point is that we have seen scenarios like that. You can see yourself, Fidi Kadoji, but you still deny it. But I think that as an accused person, somebody who has been accused, one thing that I know for a fact is that when you admit, it lessens your punishment. Because you did not waste the time of anybody. The state did not expend resources taking you back, forth and back, and all of that. So yesterday, when they appeared before the circuit court, they admitted the offenses, charged them, and then. So let me tell you the names of these accused persons who were yesterday put before the circuit court. So if you go to the point 2 from the statement that the police, as it were released, 8 charged for violence during Ablekuma North Rerun. And the point 2 says that the accused persons are Mohammed Abubakari, 32, a private security officer, Tijani Mahmudu, also 30, I can say 38, okay,
38.
A driver, Prince Jakpasu, 39, a businessman, Anas Mohammed, 42, an estate developer. Then Mohammed Hamda, 35, a mechanic. Dakun Otibu Samuel, 33, a businessman. Musa Mutari reminds me of Sule Ali Mutari.
And then Musa
fantastic
reminds you of
footballer. Yourself. your best friend.
And then Musa is there, yes. So Musa Mutari, 46, a station manager, and Ali Said, alias Bomba, 43, a businessman, and all 8 accused persons pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy to commit crime, to wit, assault and assault, contrary to sections against the Criminal Offences Act and all of that. And the case has been adjourned to 29th August 2025. 29th, today is 27, so that is Friday.
That's Friday.
And Friday they will know their faith by way of the punishment that will be leveled.
It's quite interesting because I have questions to ask.
Okay.
These 8, are they related to the assault on Hawa Kumsin, or also related to the deputy is it organizer of the NPP who was badly beaten? What about those people? Like, I think the police should provide some clarity.
So as much as there's equally pictorial evidence, there's also pictorial evidence.
Exactly, for that one.
And you can see them too.
So I'm wondering, which 8 people, is it just for the assault on Hawa Kumsin, or for both?
What I'm not able to serve you this morning in respect of the question that you are asking is that I don't have the official charge sheet before me right now, and what was put before the court. So the police did not give us the brief facts of the case in relation to the statement that they've put out there. But we'll follow that, and that I'm sure that will be answered.
Because
so the brief facts,
exactly. There are too many people in there.
There are more than 8.
And then the particulars of offences will even tell you what the charges are in relation to.
And I think that's what the police should be providing us, so that it brings some clarity to the matter. Because I've seen some other people say that these 8 were in relation to Hawa Kumsin. And then I'm asking myself, what about the NPP's deputy organizer? Because I feel he was badly beaten. I cannot... Well...
So we'll get you.
That's the kind of beatings I want for my enemies. Yeah.
You have enemies? You have enemies?
Oh, I do. Everybody does. That's the kind of beatings I want for my enemies.
As for my enemies, I want them to be alive. They should be.
I want you alive, but you should be beaten once in a while. Now
I don't want them to be beaten.
No, show you something
small.
Then you know that, okay.
So that God can lay the table in front of them.
That is what I mean. When God is laying the table, you see, when your horse, when you're sitting on that horse, when you're going, they want to come close to the horse, then you badly beat him. See that thing?
Okay, Lily's enemies.
Lily and Joshua Kodjo Mensah want to settle score. So those who are the enemies of these two, please, careful.
You better shift from the enemy position.
You know? Anyway.
So that'll be all for today. Yes.
Thank you very much, Captain. That's Mutala Inusa. He's not Musa, please.
He's Quenote.
Yeah, Quenote. Yeah.
My family is so much interested in. So those who are watching us from the western region, especially Benson Ningo. Yeah, I know they are watching this morning. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning to them. They are superstars here. Anyway, thank you very much.
I'll greet my villagers, my hometown people.
Who are they?
Allah Vanyo Jogbeje.
Allah. Okay, me, I have 2 places. Let me also greet my hometown people from Gomoankan and Wareyanga. Please, good morning. Please, let me tell you what day today is. My director says he's greeting people from Agbozume.
They've disowned him, he doesn't know.
Let's tell you what day today is. He's in studio. He says, and then Mukocha Loto.
Hey.
But if he says it himself, they will disown him. So I'm saying this on his behalf.
But I mean, the NLA boss, he's Muslim. So,
you know.
I mean, Alaji is there. Alaji, good morning to you.
He's not the one directly involved, but he wants to ensure that people do it right.
And then the state institution is run well.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah. So today is International Lottery Day. Lily, continue.
Today we're all dreaming about euros, dollars, pounds. Why? Because lottery-style games have gone mobile, so it's easier than ever to play. I'm sure we've been running ads on the luckiest, on Morning Star. So please, Muchalutun. That's great news for everybody, where a study shows that 80% of residents, especially in the UK, purchased scratch-off lottery tickets in the past year. Today is the day where we all try our luck, and you never know, a life-changing sum of money could be on the horizon. Now I don't know where I stand, whether to go with my Islamic roots or my Christian roots, but that is information for you. Whatever I want to do with it.
And the luck I want to try today is that all those with my Momo number.
Yesterday I said it all.
They should do something about it, so that I can see that on literary day, like Momo ni swing. I don't owe quick loan.
Anyway, let's head to Inside Out. Welcome back to the show. This is today your perfect morning companion. And Joshua will say the best way to wake up every day.
Absolutely. It's the best way to wake up. In Accra, in Kumasi, in whatever part of the country you find yourself. And even if you're outside, if you're not waking up, it's the best way to have an afternoon or evening. Yeah, that's the show for you. And today we'll be talking about quite a number of things. I mean, earlier we scratched the surface talking about the NPP and the aspirants who have made their way to pick forms, put their money where their mouth is, among others. And later on, Ibrahim will join us. We'll be looking at the expanded delegates list. Because I'm sure that...
What does this mean?
When they were at the University of Ghana Stadium, where all those in favor say yes, then those scream and all of that. So many reforms to who can participate in the upcoming is it top down, down top approach?
Bottom down.
No, this one. Okay, this one is top down. Because they put the roof and continue with the rest. Yeah,
they'll come for you.
but that's what they're saying.
Well, they say they just want to do with the presidential aspirant.
Get that out of the way.
Then they can start from the bottom.
Because it is said that everything rises and falls with leadership. So once you get the leader, then everything will fall in line.
But sometimes it also confuses me because we know that the chairman of the party is the leader of the party.
But the chairman is not well, so
but he's
taking official leave.
Anyway, Ibrahim Al-Hassan is our head of political desk, and he's also our producer. And we'll also touch a bit on Swami. We mentioned that to you a while ago.
Yeah.
We'll speak to a man on the ground, Isaac Justice Bediako. He's been to the scene, Charlie, waking up one morning and your livelihood is gone.
Completely. Up in flames, literally.
Yeah.
But the interesting bit about all of this also is that, our markets and how they are usually built, access when it comes to emergency services, getting access to the place is a big problem. And it's not only in light of fires, but sometimes even to get an ambulance in the area, it's a huge challenge. And so you realize that maybe someone who is unwell gets carried by people who have no idea how to handle someone in that situation, and then quickly rush, and before you literally kill the person before the person gets an access to an ambulance. So the challenge here is that even with this, sometimes, yes, fire service would want to be in there, but unfortunately they cannot get there because of the lack of access, among others. But we'll get to understand the peculiarities with this particular development shortly. Like Lily said, we will be joined later on in the show. Our man Isaac Justice Bediako will be joining us, and then we can have a conversation on that particular development. As you can see on your screens, very, very terrible, very, very, very terrible situation there. Looking at the wares that have gone up in flames, you can see some traders seeking to salvage a bit of what was contained in the shops are being affected. And you see all of these, and I've seen some food products. Now, who would check how wholesome these products get after this handled this way? And
and persons will look forward to just, wash them, clean them, and go and sell them. Especially those who've gone for loans, they need to defray their debt. So no proper care, and sometimes aftermath is also a challenge. The things we are consuming from these unfortunate market fires. Ivy, good morning to you.
Morning, Lily.
Every morning in this country, we wake up to something.
Yes.
Something heartbreaking every morning.
And interesting you mentioned something heartbreaking. Yesterday, the Solar Kalba issue that we dealt with. You know what the DC said that stuck with me the whole day, and even up until this morning, that kids, mothers, starving. She, as a DC, is unable to provide them with food, not because she doesn't have the means, but because if she does, it will be misconstrued as supporting that faction.
You know, and so you have to watch on as persons are hungry. Persons are starving.
Yes.
But you cannot give them food. You have food, but you can't give it to them because once you do, so you support this faction.
Yes.
And that's how deep-rooted
the
situation
those sentiments are.
Police makes arrests.
Yeah.
And then the police is threatened. You either release them or you touch the station.
Yes.
Police says,
okay, then we have to release them. Like that's.
And yesterday, the IGP visited the police. Just when we felt things were calming down, the chief's palace has been touched last night. And you wonder, is there an end in sight? Because you see, the damage keeps compounding, and when that happens, returning to normalcy becomes a challenge. But anyway, like you said, that's one bad news enough. Last night, even this dawn, traders are counting their losses in Swami. And that's a few months after Edum.
Yes. 6 months on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we are again, market fires. And we know the solutions. We know the solutions. The traders equally know the solutions. You have to ensure your shops, ensure your wares, the electrical wiring. Do not cook in the market. And I said this here the last time. Just go to Kantamanto. See, they are pounding fufu.
There's a chop bar operating there. People must eat.
There's a mini restaurant.
Hey.
People have naked fires
of course.
every day.
And you wonder why the place keeps burning? You don't have to wonder.
You see, I think that one thing we should just accept is that these places are not markets any longer. They are markets in the day.
Yes.
But at night, it's a place where people sleep. That's their
Exactly.
house. They live there.
Yeah.
People live there. They
cook.
They bath. They have their children there. Sometimes their children go to school there. Like, that is where they live completely.
Yes.
And so we keep seeing things of this nature, unfortunately. But then we'll be talking about the MPP.
Yes, we will.
Because
But let me hold you guys on a bit. Let's head to Kumasi and speak to a man on the ground, Isaac Justice Bidiako. Isaac, good morning to you. I don't know whether to say it's a good morning, but hey, how are you doing? I trust you're safe.
Lily, I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. We're all doing very well too. Thank you for asking. Are you safe, by the way? That's very important to us.
Well, at the moment, from where I am, I spent the whole night here at the Swami post office market. It was around 11 p.m. That was when my kid brother woke me up that the Swami post office market is on fire. So I rushed there to come and have a look at. Right, what I could hear is explosion of gas cylinders. I counted not less than 20 at the time when.
Technology. I'm sure. You know, when there's a fire outbreak, sometimes some wires are touched.
Exactly.
So
and you can see clearly from his eyes
outside the market to be able to manage the situation. So it was quite terrible in this firefighting situation. Nothing had their shop outside the market. They were those who were able to pack some of their things with the support of the community members. Quite apart from that, inside the market, nothing was saved. And the explosion kept reoccurring. So it was quite difficult for anyone to go.
Okay. Wow. Maybe we may have to call him.
What you can see behind. Surprising enough, this morning.
Well, quite understandable the challenges there. But I mean, Bidiako tells us that nothing was picked from the market itself. And about 20 explosions because of the cylinders kept there.
And that was a conversation we were having.
Wow.
Cylinders, forward papers. And once there's fire outbreak and there's a cylinder which contains gas, LPG,
escalation.
The rest is what we're witnessing. And he mentions that, but a few who had the assistance from bystanders to salvage their wares.
And those ones were outside the market.
Oh, yes.
But for the market itself,
everything is gone.
Dribble, completely to zero.
And you see, you raised a very critical point earlier on response, containment of these people owing to access. Because a lot of the time, fighters, even the tenders cannot access these markets.
That's true.
How do we go in there to contain it?
That's true.
And so before you realize, it spreads to adjoining markets and communities and homes.
True.
Every square meter of the market is occupied by a stall.
Yes.
Sometimes the people, the traders themselves, I don't get it, because the people you expect to come and buy, where they would even walk, you've put products on those places to be able to attract them. You've moved from, and you know the interesting bit, the shops are there, but they have mounted things from shops to the access routes. And so there's basically no way to pass. And ask yourself, if now a tender has to go to a place like this, how the tender go?
Access becomes it. And this is even one of the best designed markets. So it could have been worse. I know this post office market. In fact, Bediakun lives not far away from this. That's how come he mentions that the kid brother woke him up and said, this is what is happening, right? But I can tell you what will happen. So the politicians will go there and some donations will be made, right? And then we will promise the traders that.
As usual. Business as usual. Now, Isaac is back. Isaac, we lost you there momentarily. Please, carry on.
So at the moment, NADMO coordinator for Swami Municipal Assembly is here. The fire service regional team is also here. Now, what they're doing is they're doing assessments, trying to take records of number of shops affected by the fire, the kind of items that this fire destroyed. Then they will be able to give to the victims. So at the moment, that is what is happening here at the Swami, post office markets.
But Isaac, are we able to tell how many shops have been affected in this fire incident?
Last night when I spoke, they have more than 300 shells. So we are talking about over 300 shells that have been affected by this particular fire. Just that the big shops are around the market, and that one, the firefighters able to contain the fire from spreading to those affected. Residents in Swami also came out in their numbers to break into the shops to pack the items where they police them till the owners came. So this morning, some of them are packing their goods back into their homes, and those who couldn't also pick anything are also here, sharing cheers. So that is a development this morning. And as IBC, the politicians would also come here in their numbers to come and have a feel of what the situation is, and if there is any support they can lend to them, they.
Isaac, I don't know if you can hear me.
I arrived here.
I don't know if you can hear me, but the traders that you engaged, especially those who've lost everything, what are their stories?
Well, for them, now they are looking up to the government to come and assist them, because that is their livelihood. That's what they depend on. Some say they are widows, and that is what they use to support their family. So with this disaster, what it means is that they've come to square one. And if help does not come from the government and other individuals within Ghana, then they are going to, struggle to, keep their hope. So that is what some of them are telling me. And this is news to some of them. They just came this morning to come and open their shops. And this is...
Goods to the traders there dealing. Isaac, can you hear me?
Yes, if you can repeat your question.
So I'm asking, what kind of goods do the traders there deal in?
Well, so this Swami post office market, you have a lot of people who are into this local made sandals. A number of them. Then there are others who also sell provisions. So these are the kind of items that they trade in this particular market. And so these are all inflammable, goods that
Explains it.
facilitated easy spread of the fire in this particular market. But majority of the people are people who are into bag and local sandals production. That's what a majority of them do in this particular market.
Well, before I let you go, we know that if it's a doom has history of fire outbreaks. Can you say same about this Swami market? Does it have history of fire outbreaks?
Ivy, can you repeat your question?
Does this market have history of such outbreaks, fire outbreaks?
No, this is the first time this market has suffered this kind of fire incident. And even according to the traders, just last week also, the fire service personnel were here to come and offer them or give them fire safety education. And so they knew that they need to put the market in proper shape. They need to adhere to all the security measures that they have put in place. But comes as this fire incident happened and nothing. And as I have already told you that the number of explosions that occurred last night here in the market, it was quite difficult for anyone to even get closer to the fire to try and even salvage any of the goods inside the market because the explosion from different directions. And so that was it. And if you look at the market, they have also built high-rise buildings around the market. So even fire tender will not even get access into the fire scene for them to pump water into the market.
Okay. All right, Isaac, thank you very much. We'll leave it here for now. Subsequently, in other belts, we will engage you as you gather more information. That's quite sad. I mean, the same issues we raise, access. Yeah. And for a market that deals in highly combustible wares, I mean, you'd reckon that certain safety measures will be put in place. But unfortunately, GHOne, right?
Yes, we are not fire safety conscious. We build on fire hydrants. Where there are hydrants, the hydrants do not contain water. Yeah. It's a difficult thing to see. In this country, we always maintain that let disaster not strike. Because if it strikes, chances are it will consume everybody.
So what you see on your screens currently is the state of the market as we speak. These are live pictures rolling on your screens, live visuals from the place. So clearly, you can tell that the market has been brought to ground zero completely raised by the fire. And it's no surprise because Bediako tells us that there were over 20 explosions believed to have come from gas cylinders in these markets where provision is sold and then sandals, locally made sandals, are sold. Very combustible wares sold in these shops. And so you ask yourself, what are the cylinders doing there?
Good question. People are
what are the gas cylinders doing in a shop that deals in sandals?
Look at the size of the shop. How many square meters? And then you keep cylinders.
And you can understand why access by fire tenders over
look at the market.
Bicycle will not get access to an area like this. Talk about the fire hydrant. Talk about those huge fire tenders that have to find their way here and then splash water. And I'm sure some people will be asking, why are we not going with helicopters? Bro, come on, please.
Let's deal with the ground issues first before we take to the skies.
Let's respect ourselves. But I mean, that is why we know what we don't have. And so when we are building, we are putting up places. And now, Bediako tells us that the traders are waiting for government.
Oh yeah, they will.
Government has a lot to deal with. So if you're waiting for government, okay, it's okay.
Yes, the point is, see, look at the structures that have been left there. There's a need for everything to be raised down and completely rebuilt.
Rebuild them.
Now, if they wait a few days and government doesn't do it,
The traders themselves.
they will
We saw
do
that
it.
in Cantonment.
Exactly.
We saw what happened.
And that will be another project that will be susceptible to fire outbreak again.
Exactly.
And we'll be here to talk about it again because we plan to fail.
Yeah.
Because we never really plan.
Anyway, that should do for Inside Out. Let's. I know we wanted to talk about the New Patriotic Party, but we'll do that on the breakfast review and then subsequently. But let's tell you what the newspapers are reporting this morning. Post, which says Ghana is gateway to Africa's $3.4 trillion market. President Mohammed tells investors in Singapore. NPA hosts stakeholder forum on draft NPA bill. Randy Abbey files 20 million cedis defamation suit against Abronye DC. Yeah, going to court.
It's an era of suits. I was having a conversation with some Nigerian friends, and I was bragging. Ghana is the gate. You say, you still get that gate. And then the destination is.
And the president has done a very good job in selling.
Ghana. He mentions that yes, this market is available in Africa, but when you are coming, go to Ghana.
and thankfully now, when people are flying over Kodjo, they don't have to see the dark spots.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's well
the
lit.
Informer is next. OSP controller team up to fight corruption. That's the Informer newspaper. There's also look at Ghana through different lenses. President Mahama is urging investors in Singapore after wooing some in Japan as well. ICT Week celebration, Ghana to lead digital trade in Africa. That's according to Samuel Ofosu Ampofo, doctor. There's also Kwesi Pratt warns Mahama of amending constitution to allow third term. We've been told that John Mahama has no interest whatsoever. I'm really surprised as well. APP sues EC over Akwetia by-election, cites maladministration. Yeah, that's
they've been disqualified.
something People's Party. Is it Angel? Anyway, APP. So that's the Informer newspaper.
Well, the Daily Statesman this morning, let's put Ghana on war footing. Let's put Ghana on war footing. Kwabene Japan files nomination for NPP flag bearership. And Ghana-Singapore trade reaches over $215 million in 2024. Gushegu MP reaffirms commitment to education. Ifuagati, women's leadership in media, not tokenism. Yes, we are also agree. You are a proud member of the Women Caucus in Media.
Yeah.
And we are proud of you.
Thank you for the alliance.
Yes.
The Inquisitor says NPP flag bearership race. Brian brags after running from tribal bigotry shadows. NPA hosts stakeholder forum on draft NPA bill. Napo links political success to God. Naimo's blue water gas sees Shamfans along and Cobra. GM sells 24-hour economy as AFCFTA gateway. Yeah.
And talking about siege stuff, I saw a story, was it 2 days ago? Ashanti Regional Minister been attributed to him, saying that President Mahama says excavators that have been seized should be released to their owners. The rightful owners.
I don't know if that is true.
Okay.
I doubt.
Okay. Well, the BNFT this morning, trade partnerships key to borderless African market creation, Dr. Arthur. There's also government bets on data for inclusive growth. We have a picture of the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. MOFA targets closing palm oil production deficit. And lottery, NLA, outdoors verification sticker against illegal lottery.
Yeah.
And today being lottery day.
International Lottery Day.
AFA. There's also Fidelity Bank holds flagship sustainability conference today, and other stories on the Business and Financial Times.
Well, the News Center, the Ghanaian publisher, in team fires at MPP begot. Our tradition rejects tribal and religious politics. Dr. Ata Kennedy told you same here yesterday, Lily. Uti recalls over 10,000 typhoid cases since January. And the regional minister is on record to have said that he's been treated 3 times for similar condition.
And this stems from insanitary conditions.
Of course.
Consumption of fecal matter. Simple.
Yes.
Simple.
And it's interesting because the entire year of 2024, they recorded less than 100 cases.
And now it's 10,000.
And first half of the year 2025, 10,000.
10,000 cases.
There must be a source.
Something is
Is
wrong
that the
somewhere.
water?
Body,
Or they all buy from one joint. They all buy food from one joint.
Or they do not have access to toilet facilities. So
Exactly.
they are using the streams and rivers.
And I'm asking the
Open
question,
defecation.
what changed between last year and this year?
Yes, that's a good question.
Something has happened.
Yes, and
we
that,
need to
that,
find
that,
out
that
why.
must be investigated and dealt with because it's dangerous. NPP expands Volta register and helicopter crash. Fidelity donates 500,000 Ghana cedis to Children's Support Fund.
That's some good news.
Yeah.
there.
And 2 million to the families.
To the families. Yes. And I remember flagging this that the concentration has been on the children. How about the spouses?
Yeah.
Right. The wives.
But you know, the
How about those who did not have children?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How about their parents? Those
The-
who were
who have
breadwinners
surviving
for their
parents,
parents.
I think there should be some repurposing.
Yes,
Exactly.
I agree. I agree. Okay. All right. The new crusading guide, Breforce Gonja's clash over land, 5 dead, 6 injured as Bingiri turns ghost town. Police military beef up security in Savannah region. Magmina Foundation supports Sahis with projectors to enhance STEM education. Gordon Asaibidiaku blames President Mahama over arrest, detention of TikTokers and journalists. ICT Week celebration to empower youth as Ghana aims to lead Africa's digital trade. That's according to Dr. Ofosu Ampofo. ECG strengthens partnership with Brainsfield. Okay. Power overflows with spiritual grace. Okay. That's it.
All right, so let me do the daily guide this morning. Also has the NLA story. NLA rolls out new app to curb illegal operators. There's also 8 convicted over Blakuma North violence. Flag bearer race. NPP opens voters register. Ghana drops in Global Peace Index is also captured there. Government moves to reform gold sector and farmer kills son for money rituals.
Yeah. Beheaded the son and then took off the feet and sold to ritualists. That was his means of making money.
No, making money for whom? Because
For
if
himself.
I am making money now,
You're
my
making-
You're doing
concentration
so
is
for your
that
children.
I'm leaving a legacy for my children so that they get a better life. So why would I use my child for anyway?
Well,
If the day you understand human beings will be the day God ceases to be God.
absolutely. That should do. We take a break here. When we return, you know it's Wednesday, right? There's an all-female ensemble here on the Breakfast Review. Please stay tuned in. Today here on GHOne TV, I told you that it's Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we do an all-female ensemble here on the show. My guest this morning for the breakfast review is Elena Madeko. She's a lecturer at UPSA and aide to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. She's also a member of the NPP communications team, and Nong Falong is a member of the NDC communications team. She's also a serial entrepreneur, by the way. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are we doing? It's good to have you.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. It's been about 3 weeks since I've been at GHOne. And about 2 months or 3 since I've seen you in particular.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Yeah, it's good to be back on GHOne. Thank you for
You're welcome.
For all your hard work.
You're welcome. Ellen, how's the campaign going? I know that
which of the campaigns?
Dr. Bawumia's campaign. We are aide to Dr. Bawumia, so Dr. Bawumia's campaign. I know the party says no campaign because of Akwitia, but obviously.
Oh well, we have started the process. Good morning to our viewers.
And we understand he's filing today.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Thursday. Okay. Yeah.
So we've started the process, and yes, the filing. We picked the forms. The forms was picked for him, but he will do the filing himself tomorrow, and then the process continues. I'm sure after Akwetia Akwetia is on Tuesday. So after Tuesday, we'll go full hog, and then start going to the constituencies. So yes, we are on track.
Now, talking about Akwetia, the police have declared that place a no-weapon zone. On Sunday, quite disturbing news that the Eastern Regional Police come out to apprehend some persons with weapons, cartridges. We know that the police is saying no weapon zone. We're also mindful that it's a mining community. To protect their sites, very often these miners have weapons. And so the importation of weapons can be curtailed, but can the circulation of weapons also be curtailed? Is this not worrying for you as political parties, especially?
Well, let me first send my condolences to the family of the, I don't know whether to call him former MP or deceased MP.
Ernest, deceased MP.
Yes, Ernest Kumi. It's not a pleasant thing to come back to Akwetia just after 8 months. So my condolences. Sometimes in all this we forget about the grieving family. I'm sure they are not they are not too excited when you lose a young man of 40 years to such circumstances. So my condolences to them. But unfortunately, the country must continue. They cannot be left without a representative. So we have to do this. I believe the police have just taken lessons from what happened in Ablikuma North. And it will be a huge indictment on the IGP and on them if there's a repetition of the situation in Ablikuma North. So if they've said they've declared the whole space
no weapons.
No weapons. Well, I wish them well. But let's not forget that Akwetia is also a mining. The whole Akwetia enclave is a mining community. And it's been for years. I went to St. Rose's in Akwetia, so I know that place very, very well. And the weapons might already be there. Not necessarily for elections, but related to mining activities. So they'll have to be extra vigilant. I heard they've really sent a lot of policemen there.
They're also stationing a Black Maria, prison on wheels, on site.
Oh, okay. That means when you misbehave, you'll be imprisoned immediately. Yes. Excellent. I believe that they should also have the military on standby. They should have the military too on standby, not at the polling stations, but they should be on standby.
Okay.
So that everybody understands that if you misbehave in Akwetia, this time round, we'll make a lesson out of you. Because I don't see why we should go for elections and we should go and misbehave. Go allow people to pick their next MP quietly, and let's go. We are already coming from tragic circumstances. We don't want to add any more tragedy to it. So if they are showing up the security, it is what they should do. And I'm really hoping that we would all behave ourselves. In the MPP, we have spoken to our supporters. We have spoken to everybody who is going there to campaign. You are going to get a replacement for Ernest Kumi. we are not going there to fight. So go tell the people of Akwetia why you believe they should vote for Asumedu for him to replace Ernest Kumi, not to fight. And so we have had our conversations in our party. I'm hoping that the NDC too have done the same. When these two political parties have had those conversations, anybody else who misbehaves is a criminal. You will not get your political party to support you. You are a criminal. And I think the police is doing well by making sure that all of us know that thou shalt not go to Akwetia and misbehave. If you misbehave, you will get the consequences of what you have to get, and your party would not support you. That is if your party sent you in the first place. Nobody will come out and say that I sent you. You will go to jail on your own.
Now, talking about not supporting, not shielding criminals, yesterday the police gave a statement that 8 persons who were arraigned have been convicted on their own plea. They've been granted bail in 80,000 cedis with surety each. Is that welcoming news? Especially for the New Patriotic Party. I mean, you had raised concerns about no arrests after the violence in Ablekuma North.
Number one, the police, we know when they arrest people for whatever, not crime, on suspicion of crime, they show the people. They went to arrest TikTokers who they said have spoken against the president. They showed their faces. So who are the 8 people that they said?
Their names have been put out.
It's not the names. Who are they? Why haven't they shown their faces? Where are they? Because usually they show them. So my first issue is, who are they? We should be able to identify them so that it also serves as further deterrent. That when you go and you misbehave during elections, your face will be shown for the whole world to know that you are a criminal. So as much as I agree with them for doing what they have done, we need to know who those people are. Because the people who went to assault the journalists and Madam Hawa Kunsen and all that, their faces were shown on video. So who are they, the 8 people? It's not just the names. Who are they? Number 2, I heard they admitted that they were guilty. And then they had been convicted
on their own plea.
On their own plea, and now they are waiting for sentencing, and they've been granted bail. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I want to know if that is how it's done. Usually, I know that when you are convicted, or the police takes you back. I hear it's just Friday, and then you come back on the day that you have to be sentenced to pick up your sentence. If it's a fine, you pay your fine, you go home. If you're going to go into jail, they send you straight. So this bail thing between this, I really don't get it. Perhaps we should get some education on it. Apart from that, I just think it's a step in the right direction. None of us should go and misbehave. If you go and misbehave, the police is telling us that they'll come after you. And I think it's good. We're just going to pick our next parliamentarian. Nothing more, nothing less. In the same vein, Tamale Central is also going to happen. So it looks like this year is the year of by-elections, unfortunately. We need to set a certain precedent so that people will also know, even though the MPP will not contest in the Tamale Central one, still, we should get those details set up so people will not just get up and go and misbehave. I think we are just becoming... Some of us, not all of us, some of us are just becoming too notorious for electoral violence. Why must you allow yourself to be used to commit electoral violence? Why? So the pictures of those, we should know the images. And perhaps such people too should be banned from getting into further elections to go and misbehave, maybe for a time. That will serve as a deterrent to young people not to get involved in this with all due respect, nonsense.
No.
Good morning to the comrades that are tuned in. And good morning to the people of Laura, my constituency. The constituency executives are member of parliament, and to Nadoli constituency, and everyone else that is tuned in. Speaking of Akwetia by-elections and the declaration of no weapon zone, I think that this is another security measure that the police have taken to ensure that there is peace and calm in Akwetia during the by-elections, considering the events of the past. We saw what happened in Ablekuma, which led to the conviction of the 8 persons that you mentioned. yes, you can have a weapon for whatever situation that you are protecting yourself against. You mentioned some of them are minors and they have to protect themselves. But is it legal possession of the weapon? You are allowed to have a weapon, but you have to acquire it legally.
Sure.
And it has to be registered. We have to be able to identify that this weapon belongs to this person. If Lily has gone out there to buy a weapon, you should acquire it legally, not somewhere on the black market. You acquire weapons, hide them, and most often these weapons are used in crime, right? So as part of ensuring security, even forget the by-elections, we have to ensure that people are not in illegal possession of weapons. When it comes to Akwetia, even if you have a weapon that you claim you are using for any purpose, on that particular day, there is a by-election. Tempers are high. Everyone wants to win. The opposing sections might get worked up. It is important to ensure that no one possesses a weapon that they can easily use to inflict harm on another person.
Sure.
You know, it makes it's able to curtail the amount of disruptions that, you know, will occur. It also assures the citizens that there will be no intimidation. There's no threat on their lives. I mean, if I'm coming out to vote and people have, I know that people have weapons, that will, I'll be quite wary of coming out and exposing myself to that. The police have already made it clear. They've been on top of their game in the last few days. They've done some simulation exercises showing their readiness for Akwetia. You mentioned there will be a mobile prison van. That's the Black Maria that the IGP spoke about. They have deployed some 600 police persons. I think that they are well prepared for Akwetia, and they even have people standing by to back up, right? At least the people of Akwetia know that there is safety and their security is assured, and they can come out and peacefully cast their votes. It's important that we encourage our supporters to come out in their numbers, vote for Bernard Bediako, who is the NDC's candidate for Akwetia, and ensure a win. You've seen the beautiful things that government is already doing for Akwetia. The economy is showing a healthy rebound, and you can believe that government will continue to do more. Akwetia is a mining area. There are many social development projects in the pipeline. Community mining, which will be well structured, you know, also for small-scale miners. A lot of them abound in Akwetia to benefit from. And even those who are jobless will be streamlined into the community mining project and taught responsible mining practices that will ensure that they are also able to benefit from the mining activities within their community. I think that it shows government's commitment to persons within these mining areas, and especially Akwetia in these times. I also think that the visible enforcement from the police show that anyone who plans to go to Akwetia
to foment trouble,
to involve yourself in criminal behavior, because that's what it is, you will be picked up and you will be thrown into that van, and the only time they will remove you from the van is when they throw you into the prison that you belong into. So if you have decided that you are going to Akwetia to cause trouble, some people have told us they will go there with vigilantes, they've reactivated all sorts of forces. Be aware that the police are ready for you, and you will be treated as the criminal that you are. Speaking about these 8 persons, 8 people who were involved in election violence in Ablekuma North have been convicted, right? I mean, they will be sentenced on Friday. These 8 persons, their names have been mentioned, their professions have been mentioned, where, you know, we know who they are, where they can be found. I think that also in a lot of the videos we saw their faces. It is based on those videos that they were identified, right, and put before court. Now, if you are put before court and you plead guilty, what's the other way forward? Is to sentence you of the crime that you have pled guilty to. These 8 persons pled guilty to the crimes that they have been accused of. They are going to be sentenced. And I think that at least they were honest enough not to waste the time of the court by lying or denying what they are being accused of. They accepted it, and they are going to be sentenced. I think that it also signals that the NDC government will not tolerate any forms of election violence. This is a clear message that if you involve yourself, regardless of which side you come from, you will be dealt with accordingly. But I also think that on the back of this particular sentencing, we must, without delay, revisit the cases of violence we have had in our elections. Let's go back to Ayawaso West Wugo. We saw the videos, we saw the pictures, we know those who perpetrated the crimes, we know those who beat people, slapped people. There were people who were maimed from that by-election who had to be in the hospital. It was very devastating for some persons. Crime has no expiry date.
Sure.
And this is just a few years ago. It is imperative that we revisit the report. There was a whole report with recommendations that the previous government did not follow through on. This is the time to revisit. If we can penalize people for what was done in Ablekuma North just how many weeks ago, then we can revisit other incidences of election violence and ensure that justice is served and the persons who were aggrieved also have some form of justice. We saw 2020 elections, people died. 2024 elections, there were many infractions. These are all recent in our history. You see, we've had situations where, was it 2024 in Kaswa where Hawa Kumsin was accused of firing gunshots. It
was before even the 2025.
These are all incidences that should be revisited. She was invited by the CID. What happened to the case? Was it another clearance? We have to revisit these incidences. So it doesn't look as if the law is being applied in a biased way to only some persons, right? It has to be applied uniformly. And whoever in our recent past has involved themselves in these kind of actions that have created, that have harmed people, physical harm, psychological harm. Some people are afraid to even go to polling stations because of what has happened to them in previous elections. We cannot encourage these kind of behaviors. And we have to ensure that these persons do not feel aggrieved, do not feel like the law has not been fair to them. So as a matter of urgency, let us revisit previous election crimes and prosecute properly.
Alan, you have anything to say before I move to my next topic? The Akwetia. We're still talking about Akwetia.
We should just move away from electoral violence and then make sure that it doesn't happen. About what happened previously. That is why you are in government. So nothing stops you from prosecuting those you think did something wrong. Nothing under the sun stops them from doing it. So as she said, they can also visit that one and let's see how it goes. But going forward, I think we should simply not give space for any electoral violence. So if you're going to Akwetia on Tuesday, know that you'll be protected. Come out and come and vote. I would ask you to vote for the MPP candidate. But also be assured, according to the police, that you can vote and vote in peace. And then we can move on.
Okay, so you were asking a question about bail and conviction.
Yes.
So bail is usually available during pre-trial.
Okay.
So now that they are convicts, bail is no longer available.
But they were giving bail.
Yes, so maybe we may have to...
That's why I'm saying we should get
better clarification on
a lawyer to actually tell her maybe there's a reason why you did that. Otherwise, I think I know a bet that you have to wait. So far as they've been convicted, wait for their sentence, and then they will know their...
However, the court has a discretion.
Well, maybe perhaps they use their discretion.
Yes. Okay. So that's a bit of clarification there, but we'll get a lawyer to give us further particulars subsequently. Let's talk about the NPP. You've refined your rules of engagement, and then Dr. Bawumia has also been talking about tribal politics. Is this something that is going to end? The fact that Dr. Bawumia has spoken about it, some elements within the NPP are speaking about it. Campaign is going to begin proper after Kodjo.
Exactly what is going to end. I mean, when it comes up, we'll discuss it. But will it end? I don't know. This is not the first time tribal politics is coming into this whole business. And I believe that one of the people who has suffered the most in this country from tribal politics is Dr. Bawumia. He's a leader who has really suffered a lot of attacks by reason of where he comes from. And he's also suffered a lot of attacks because of his religion. And how we treat Dr. Bawumia and where he comes from and his religion going forward would also determine how we're going to treat other people who also are of the same religion and also coming from minority groups in our politics, in our body politic. I believe that after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, other people are going to come up in the NDC. I'll not be surprised if somebody of the Islamic religion also shows up, that he also wants to lead the NDC. Is that how we've treated Dr. Bawumia? Is that how we're going to be treating that person too? We have to look at all this.
Is this a repetition of what was seen in the era of Dr. Ali Mahama?
No, Alhaji Ali Mahama didn't go through it like Dr. Bawumia.
Is it because social media is very dominant today?
I just think that it's because the 2024 elections, we just allowed ourselves as a country to go too tribal and too religious.
Okay. And
so it's just spilling over into everything. Dr. Bawumia usually will not talk about these things. Normally he will just ignore it. But I believe this particular one, he decided to talk about it because it's become one too many. And this one, he was directing his grievances to the people of the NPP for now, because that's what we are going to be talking about. People's basics for saying why he should not be voted for again to lead the party is because of where he comes from. And so the question he asked is, for the past 16 years, when he had been supporting the former president, he had been leading the party in various roles, we had all forgotten where he came from. It didn't matter. And when he was the vice president, it didn't matter that he was a Muslim, it didn't matter that he was a Mampusi. And when he was vice president, it was okay, it was fine, everything was dandy. Immediately the NPP chose him to lead the NPP, then all of a sudden where he comes from becomes an issue. So that's the question he's asking. And then there's this also this attack on his wife too. Yeah. When Hajia Samira was leading the NPP campaign, we had the people who are now complaining had forgotten that she's a Fulani. And who said Fulanis are not Ghanaians? Who said that? So these are issues that sometimes you have to face head on. I am, as yesterday I said, I am a mixture of I'm a Ghanaian. Because when I go back into my history and into my lineage, I mean, my great-great-grandmother comes from the Upper West. Okay. People think I'm an Akan, but I'm not a pure Akan. My mother is a GHOne. My father is a Kwa woman. All of us come from different places in this country. We have intermarried. So are we going to be using people's backgrounds and where they come from to actually push this agenda? So for me, I think that it is something we have to address. Dr. Bawumia is addressing it. The rest of us will address it. The NPP by the 31st of January would make a definitive decision on whether we agree as a party that somebody's religion and where he comes from matters. In 2024, we showed that we don't agree. That is not part of it. We look at your competence and the fact that you can lead our party. We will repeat it again on the 31st, or now would allow tribal sentiments to change our our votes. I believe that the MPP will still go with Dr. Bawumia on the 31st. We just have to tell our brothers and sisters on the opposing end that when you start these things, people would also go into your history. If you are going to go into people's history, where you say you come from, perhaps that might not be where you actually come from. That is the first one. Then the second one is we are looking at the Kusasi and the Mamprusi conflict that has been around for more than 30, 40 years. You are Kusasi.
Yes.
But I'm sure you have a lot of friends who are Mamprusis.
Yes. Interesting.
In fact, you have family who are. And these things have been running up and down. It doesn't really affect your lives that much. Yes, it's happening in Boku. Once in a while it comes up. It becomes bad. We agree. But the Kusasis and the Mamprusis are not the only people who are having disagreements. Barely 3-4 days ago, the Gonjas and the Mo people are also at it. They are at it. I hear 10 people are dead already.
Yeah. And people are fleeing their homes.
And so are we going to say that because His Excellency John Mahama is a Gonja, that is why the fight is on? If we will not say that, why should we say the same thing for Dr. Bawumia? Because people have having disagreements. And I hear this particular disagreement has been around for years. So once in a while, it breaks out. Whilst we are talking about it, I'll plead that our security also keeps an eye on that conflict breaking out. We cannot afford to have Boku somewhere, this one to somewhere in the savannah. Oti, we are having issues with the Nkonya and the Alavanyo people. We are having issues of this month being a terrible month of accidents. That this whole nation is. They are all security risks. So as much, and then we have the by-elections. So there are lots of things going on in our security architecture. I honestly do not envy His Excellency the President at this time. Too much on his plate in relation to security. So all of us should get involved. Speak to our people. Our people who are up north, those in the Savannah region. I beg you. Look at how your women are all getting out. Those in Boku, I mean, what is it? We've had a terrible season where it got so bad, secondary school children were killed. And we need to address all this, not come and address it to where somebody comes from. It's not important. If the person is competent, the person can do the job. For me, I think we should look at those ones. So those who are busily bringing up somebody's tribal, where he comes from, I beg them, what would they do for the MPP? You said we should vote for you. The MPP delegate should make you the flag bearer. What are you bringing on board? Why do you think we should make you the flag bearer? And then you are better off, or you have a better grip of the party, you can win us election in 2028. That Dr. Bawumia cannot. That is what we should be talking about. Not where Dr. Bawumia comes from. What are you bringing on board? Why should the delegates vote for you? What new would you do? What are you going to do to make sure that we win election 2028? For the NPP, that is what is important. We are going to pick somebody who will make sure that we put up a good fight and win election 2028. Where the person comes from, honestly, for me, I think that this conversation is a conversation we should not have. We've had it in 2024. It definitely didn't help us. I don't see why we are going to have it in 2025, going on to 2026, and then an election coming. I beg them. I mean, I really don't want to go into the nitty-gritties because enough have been said.
Yes, and
tell us,
it's still being said on social media.
Tell us what you want to do. Why should the MPP pick you as a flag bearer? Dr. Bawumia has been telling us why we should pick him. One, he says he has experience, which is true. Two, he went into an election. Yes, he didn't win, but he's marketed himself. There's no household in Ghana now that does not know who Dr. Bawumia is. And he believes that if the MPP takes him again, it will make the work easier. He stated his track record as a vice president, what he did. He's accepted that, yes, things didn't go on too well when we were in power, yes. But moving forward, we need somebody who has had experience at this. That's what he's saying about himself. And the rest of us are also saying or advocating for him. You that you think that is not what he can do, why should we take him? What are you bringing on board? What will you do that is new? What is your track record?
Some of them say they funded heavily the campaign of Dr. Bawumia. So that is their track record.
So if you funded Dr. Bawumia's campaign, was it Dr. Bawumia's campaign or the MPP's campaign that you funded? But Dr. Bawumia was the flag bearer.
For the NPP.
for the MPP, and there are 1,001 party financiers who might have funded more than you, but they are not making noise. So we should vote for you because you funded Dr. Bawumia. Is that what you're bringing on board?
They say they have the resources.
And when you become, just in case we vote for you, you become flag bearer. You become, Ghanaians understand you, you become president of Ghana. Are you going to use your personal resources to run the country?
Obviously not.
So what experience do you have in running a country or in running an organization? Some of them have been ministers before. Some of them have been MPs. What are their track record in running those ministries? Those are the things you should be telling us. When I was minister of this place, I did this, I did this, I did this. This brings out my leadership qualities. And then the delegates will decide. But you don't tell us that because you are rich. There are people who are richer than you. There are people who are damn rich and they founded this party for years. What should they also do?
No. This is, I know I need to think of it, but I want to hear.
The elephants are fighting. I think that by the time the NPP candidates are done with each other, we will not even need to campaign in 2028.
Why?
Because all they are doing is expose each other. Listen to the rhetoric. Listen to the things they are saying about each other. I am not surprised about the kind of things they are saying to Dr. Bawumia or using against Dr. Bawumia, because it's the character of the NPP to engage in devious and scrupulous methods in their politics. We've seen them go low. We've seen them use backhanded tactics against the NDC. So they are simply giving him a dose of the medicine that they brew in-house. It is simply what they have been meting out to the NDC that they are doing to each other now. It has become a contest of wealth, obscene wealth, unexplained wealth. And I'm encouraging Oral to pay attention to the things that they are saying and follow the money. Because some of the revelations they are making are very interesting to listen to. And the things the MPP aspirants say to each other, it makes you wonder. Sometimes I think they even hate each other more than they hate us. They are so hungry for power. Instead of focusing on exactly what they did wrong. You know, the MPP lost the previous election because of their incompetence, corruption, arrogance of power. You can see remnants of that corruption in the boastful ways that they are going about boasting about their wealth. They are literally affirming that indeed this is a corrupt party. And I encourage Ghanaians to pay attention to how they are telling you who they are, and do not forget it in 2028 when you come out to vote. Because look, in 2016 or so, President Mahama, he warned Bawumia about these people. As a brother, he told him to be careful. These people just want to use you and dump you. We have seen it playing out. All the people who pretended to be, in support of him, today they all have their fangs out just because they want to become what? Flag bearers. As far as I'm concerned, none of them is qualified. They are all part of that incompetent and corrupt administration that dragged this country to its knees. None of them should be given that position. All of them should be in quarantine for that abysmal performance, brainstorming on how to improve themselves, not fighting tooth and nail over who should lead the party. It's not even time. You have to finish healing yourselves. You have to understand what got you to the position that you are in. What are you coming to offer Ghanaians at this point? What is new about the NPP? How different are you from the same administration that lost the election? Are you not still guilty of all the crimes? Were they not all part of that administration? Was Brian Champong not part of it? Was Bawumia not part of it? They were all in there, you see. And I like how they are dealing with each other, because it reminds me of a time when there was a time someone stole my phone. This is when I was in university. At that time, we were living at Roman Ridge. I was so distraught. About 3 days later, one of them called me to report the others because they had gone to fight over the phone. Apparently, there were 3 guys. And while they were fighting, some were trying to cheat, you know. And then one of them decided to just call me and inform me that, Charlie, the phone, there's this repair shop in this area. Go there and go and collect your phone. That's what they are exposing each other. They are exposing each other. Persons who colluded to dupe this nation have come out to inform you. If you have come out to tell me the character of the people in your house, I believe you. Because you are part of them, you know. That's why I'm saying Ghanaians have to pay attention. Now let's look at the kind of monies that they are mentioning in all of this. That is a cause for concern. We've spoken about lifestyle audits in this country for a long time. That's where it starts. Someone has, you know, is boasting about how much money he has. And it's not just small money. If you listen to Kennedy and Brian Echampong, they are mainly talking about the things they have done with money for the party. And what was instructive for me was when Brian was making mention of outlandish sums of money, questionable sums of money. He says each delegate, super delegate received $1,500. So that's not cedis. And if you look at those figures and you make a total, there are 81 super delegates, right? If you calculate it, that's around $121,500 US. Beyond that, he says MPs and polling station executives, 2024 elections, he funded 27 out of 33 parliamentary candidates in the Eastern region. And he gave each of them 100,000 cedis per month during the 2024 campaign period. Not only 1 month, each of them. He kept giving. So let's say and then he gave 2 million each to 26,000 MPP polling station executives in November 2024. Lily, do you understand the amount
of money?
Maybe he's just bragging for the sake of it.
But he was a minister of state.
Oh, yes. Ministers of state.
No, I'm saying that he was a minister of state. So then it questions his office.
Thank you. So we have to investigate and do a lifestyle audit of both Kennedy and Brian Echampong. Find out if
Kennedy was not a member of government.
No, but he's an MPP member.
Was a butcher.
He has businesses.
He was an MP.
He's politically exposed. He had access to government. He got maybe contracts out of it. You see, we have to investigate and see, number one, your declared income, the official income that the state is aware of. The state, you know some businesses that you are involved in. We know the incomes that you've declared to the state. Does it match with the monies that you are mentioning? And if you have all this income, GRA has to also come in and ask some questions. Have you paid taxes on all these high levels of income that you claim to have? Nobody is saying you've stolen it. We are asking, is it what is on paper? And have you paid your taxes? GRA needs revenue. If you have so much money, you are supposed to be paying. And even if he gifted, on what basis did he give these monies to these delegates and MPs and polling station agents? Was it a gift? They have to pay gift tax.
Yes.
You know GRA charges gift tax. So we have to go back. We know all of them, right? These are not hidden people. They are known persons. Let's go back and find out if these persons paid taxes on the gifts that were given to them. 100,000 cedis per month throughout the 2024 campaign period. That's
12 months.
Significant. So you are telling me that each candidate received 1.2 billion? Oh, wow. Amazing. I had no idea that they had a storehouse of inexhaustible wealth. We have to question that wealth in this country. As to what they continue to do to each other, it's an in-house matter. I was going to give you a Dagomba proverb, but the viewers will not understand. They say, "Alu play nem poncha, zosa no miyelle," right? So it is the concern of those within that fraternity. Our job is to ask questions and get answers about the revelations that they are making. And make no mistake, these are true allegations they are making against each other. So when you show up, the next time they come back to sell these candidates to you after they try to whitewash them, do not forget what they said about these candidates themselves.
I know that's my next topic, but she touched on it. So I'd also want you to touch on the solar tuna calva issue. Quite unfortunate that we're losing lives as a result of fighting over a small piece of land. This is not even up to one plot.
I think this is not the first time we've had some issues in that particular area. The recent one started because of a piece of land, right? We started getting the news before we knew the incident had escalated. However, there's been some deployment to the area.
Yeah, the IGP was there.
Yes. There's also been, a lot of security agencies working towards restoring. Presently, the situation is calm. I am hoping that they'll be able to solve the substantive issue because apparently the chiefs sold the land to a developer. And when the developer showed up to start work on the land, the inhabitants refused to understand why. So this is something the chief has to settle with the inhabitants. If you are selling the land, why are they on the land? Does it belong to them? Have you, taking them through the right process of acquiring the land and then selling it to someone else? Otherwise, maybe you have to give the developer a different land so it doesn't create unnecessary more conflict in that area. It's unfortunate. I think that the people in Sola should be calm because at the end of the day, when you are losing random lives like this, it doesn't work for anyone. And you have no idea who is going to be lost. It could be anyone. And if you create insecurity in that zone and tension in that zone, at the end of the day, it's going to be very difficult for you to access development.
Sure.
If there's any project going on there, if you are a contractor and they send you there to do some work, the project will stall. Why? Because you don't want to expose yourself to random attacks.
And I engaged the MP 2 days ago, and he mentioned that it's one of the poorest communities.
Yes.
And so if they are fighting at this point,
over? Yeah. So they have to understand that it's for their own good to ensure that there's peace and calm in the area. Recently, I saw Boku Secondary School advertising a long list of vacancies for teachers, in the school. And I felt so sad looking at it. Sorry. Presently, the school doesn't have so much teaching staff because of the conflict in the area and the insecurity that it has created. Because, teachers also want to feel safe, right? So for their own good, please, let's restrain ourselves and do the right thing.
Okay. Let me take a break here. When I come back, the conversation will continue here on The Breakfast with You. Stay tuned in.
Honestly.
Seriously.
The things that as women we discuss off air, you would love it. Anyway, let's continue the show. But if you're looking for a perfect escape, an unforgettable event venue, or an exciting group getaway spot, discover the Groove Esipon Beach Resort is Western Region's newest gem where luxury meets adventure. Nestled along the stunning coastline of Esipon, just minutes from Sekondi Takoradi, Sekondi Fishing Harbour and the Esipon Sports Stadium, the Groove is more than just a resort. It's an experience that you need to have. Why stay at the Groove? Let me tell you why. We have modern rooms, standard, deluxe, executive, and the presidential suite. We have ocean and mangrove views. We have Wi-Fi available. We have air-conditioned rooms. Room service is also available. We have free massage chairs. We have breakfast and, of course, welcome drinks. We are perfect for conferences as well, weddings, your retreats, your birthdays, your workshops, and your team building moments. We also have luxurious meeting rooms, high-speed internet, obviously, AV setup, breakout lounges, and a support team on standby. We have a zoo. We have a canopy walkway. Those of you who have not experienced canopy walkways, please come to the Groove. We have horse riding facilities. We have water sporting activities. We also offer sports training, board games, and wellness sessions. We have 10% off on all accommodations on weekends. Last Friday of every month, we have live band sessions. We have seafood and barbecue and high life legend Kofi Bentil and the Army Band Under the Stars will be available every last Friday of the month. We also have free transportation for a group of 25 from the Groove to town. If you want to sightsee, we have free transportation for you as a group. Every Saturdays, we have family day out with music, buffet, and games. Every Sunday, we have our delicious Ghanaian local meals, purely Ghanaian style. We are located at Ahoden Street, Sipon Sekondi Takoradi. If you want to call us, our call number is 0301 2007 000, 0301 2007 000, or 0508 6153 40, 0508 615340, or sales at esiponbeachresort.com, the Groove esiponbeachresort.com, or simply at the Groove _Esipon Beach Resort. The Groove Beach Resort, where luxury meets adventure. Ladies, let's talk about this morning. It started last night anyway. An unfortunate incident happened in Kumasi, in Swami to be precise. We recorded another fire incident. Over 300 shops have been razed down, livelihoods gone. Persons do not know where they can start from. No, let me start from you.
I think these market fires, I think there's an investigation presently going on into the cause of all these fires, especially since the last one. They are one too many. Over the years, in fact, not just market fires, there have been fires for as long as I can remember over the years. There was a time a few years ago, almost every week, every other weekend, there was a fire going on somewhere. I think some of it is related to electricals and inferior electricals and the planning of these markets
Spatial
and the buildings.
Is very important,
We have to start paying serious attention to, just because it's a market doesn't mean that the structures can be done without planning. We have to plan these markets properly. I think that this is something that all of us have to look into, especially those who are worst affected when these things happen. Ensure that at least you are on the safe side, because even when government comes to your aid, you've still lost a lot, right?
Sure.
And God forbid that we lose lives in these fires. We need to pay more attention to these fires.
Ellen, once again, another fire incident.
I really don't. Before I even get to the fire matter, I believe she just joined the NDC. I'm just reminding her of what we call the Fonka games. She should just go back, go and read about the Fonka games.
We had some of them join you people.
And what the sort of things that were said. Before the Hunger Games, there was also another one where His Excellency, the former President John Rawlings, the Swedru Declaration, speak to Francis Essien, former women's organizer of the NDC, now an MPP member, and how she became an MPP member, what she went through during the Swedru Declaration with Obeda Samoa and all that. So we should go back into history and how internal politics or politicking works. I can bet you that the NDC is more brutal than us. So they should go back. And remember, now in 2027, His Excellency John Mohammed is not coming again. We are also looking forward for another brutal fight. I don't know whether we call this one the Bunukwewu one or the...
So, already there are speculations and there are persons rearing their hands.
Full speculation.
As for things being said about political opponents internally, if that's what we are going to be using for general elections, I can bet you that we'll get a lot more from the NDC in 2028. Because they should remember they are bringing a new candidate. And they themselves will tell us who they are. Just like our people are. I mean, what else are you going to tell us about Dr. Baumia that we don't know? So for us, I mean, as I said, he's already a sold or a sellable candidate. The fires is getting tiring. When I say it's getting tiring, it's getting to a point where it's like we are accepting it to be part of life. It should not be part of our lives. Why should we wake up one morning and over 300 people have lost their livelihood? And before we came on, I was telling you, most of these people are women. About 80% of them are women. And these 80% of women, I can tell you that another 80% of these women are the breadwinners. So these fires, what has happened in Swami this morning, I can bet you that some children are not going to go to school next month, whether it is primary school, whether it is...
it's not even fires, next week.
Next week. Whether it is basic school, whether it is JSS, whether it is SHS, even at the university level. And when you listen to what's happening in Swami, I don't know what is up with us and our fire education. I think even our markets... patrons, let me put it that way, those who use the market, it's been set time with that number that we should not keep gas cylinders or
inflammables,
highly inflammable stuff in our markets. But we just don't do that. We cook there. Some people have their whole breakfast, lunch, dinner cooked in those small shops. And then they live there. And then you leave the fire, something just comes up. And I mean, look at, I saw the video just now. There is like, there are bombs.
It was the gas cylinders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the gas cylinders.
Exploded.
We have videos, if our director can put up the videos.
Has anyone been hurt? Hopefully.
Thankfully, no
one has been hurt. We thank God. But the volumes, the value of things that will be lost, and as I said, is the women who are going to suffer. I can just imagine how many women will be crying this morning because they simply do not know where to turn to. Let's not forget that these women have also some of them have picked up loans. They are working with loans. Now look at all these fires. Then we look at insurance. Are these markets, buildings insured? Have people, we don't like insurance in this country. We don't like it. So that's also another issue. Whilst we are on it, we need to still push for things, retooling of our fire service. We need to look at it. We need to. It's this one, and it's when fires come and then we'll all get up, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it today, tomorrow. I'm sure by Friday we'll be done, we'll forget about it. Barely 7 months ago, Edum happened. Before Edum happened, 3-4 days before, Kantamantu Part 2. Kantamantu Part 2 happened, then Edum happened, and now we have Swami. And it's like it's going round. I just saw that in Kransa Market too. I don't know what's going on in the Kransa Market too. But whatever it is, I think we should be up and doing it. It's just becoming one too many. And in all these instances, it's women who are suffering. In the issue happening in Boko, it is women who are suffering and their children. In the issue recently, Asola, it is women and children. Now the market fires, women and children. I'm not saying that men are not affected, but the majority are the women. And these disasters, I think as a society, we should look at it again. It's just getting one too many. In 1 year, we are not even a year. In 7 months, 3 market fires in our 2 major cities. I mean, we should look at it.
And these are the cities that we have a lot of population.
And a lot of commercial activities in these markets. And so, for me,
this is the place to go to for your
I just don't know. Should I say
wears.
My condolences? This one is, I don't know what to say. But whatever it is, I'm really sorry they are going through this. But they should look at how they are keeping their spaces in the market. And then on the government and the rest of us aside too, we should encourage them to do, perhaps we should have a redevelopment of all our markets.
I think so too, because even if you look at the plan, if we can show the aftermath. This morning, our correspondent was there. If you look at the entry points, how even fire tenders, there's no entry point for fire tenders.
No, the original plans have it, but we have blocked them. There are cases where the fire tenders will get there. The hydrants, water hydrants, people have put shops. If you remember the Cantonment one, they had to actually break down shops because the water hydrants where the fire service will pick more water from, we have put containers on them. This one, you come to the district assemblies, they manage the markets. What's happening with our exits? What's happening with our people? Look, human beings are going to really take the opportunity to misbehave if you do not regulate them. But as usual, this one is not the politicians. The assembly is run by just one politician who just came on board. The rest of the running of any assembly is the chief director and the technocrats. You will never get an MMDCE or a DCE going into the market to go and collect tolls. So this one, it is that for once, the politicians can have some peace. The technocrats who run these markets, you go, you collect your bribe, and then you allow people to misbehave and put containers where they are not supposed to put them. Now look at the end results. Every single time we have to come and talk about this, it's getting tiring. We have to wake up. We have to misbehave.
Let's touch on Bagri Dam. You have something.
Yeah, before Bagri Dam, I just, if you look at the color of the flames, you see there's gas in there. Some of these cylinders clearly, I hear about 30 or more cylinders were exploding. And it is because people are living in these markets. They are cooking in these markets. And of course, they are using gas cylinders to cook, right? So at the end of the day, even a small spark will be exacerbated because you have things there that are feeding the fire. There
are a lot of consumables. There are a lot of leatherwares.
And all these explosions are making the situation worse than it should be. The people don't even have a way in.
That's it.
There's no space, right? And all of this goes back to the planning. Someone saw them blocking the way. What did the person do about it? They looked on, and at the end of the day, we'll say what is politicians. But
we'll come back and blame the politicians.
Yes, at the end of the day, who is the one most affected? And who was the one who supervised the disintegration of the structure in that market? It wasn't the politician, right? So we have to go back and take a look at these markets and all their structures. And it might seem wicked if they tell you can't live in the market, but it's for your own good, right?
Safety.
Because we understand that maybe you are there from dawn or morning till night selling, but please separate it from your living place, right? Take these gas cylinders, unless you are selling gas cylinders, and if you are selling gas cylinders, they are probably empty, not with gas. It's not a gas station in the market. It's unfortunate, and I sympathize with all of them. Now on to
so this is this morning as we speak. This is the state.
It's still burning. It's still
raised
burning.
down completely. Look at the access points. There are no access points, unfortunately. So now people are counting their losses.
Even the fire service, when they come in, you realize that it's a very restrictive structure for them. They can't even move like they should. They can't fight the fire as they should because the structures are all mixed up. Yeah, we can all do better. You were talking about the Bagri Dam.
Yes. And as always, women and children will be at the receiving end.
Because women and children are very vulnerable demographic wherever you go. The Bagri Dam, this happens often.
Every year.
It's a big dam, right? It's important for people to understand that this dam collects water from Burkina, from Ghana, and during the raining season, we've had a lot of heavy rains.
So it overflows.
You have more collection in there. Now, if you do not perform a controlled spillage, because that's what this is, it's a controlled spillage. If you don't perform a controlled spillage and the dam breaks its bounds or collapses, you will have a more catastrophic situation. So the controlled spillage is performed to ensure that it spills in a controllable way. So there's not much devastation. The communities that will be affected have been named. Most of them have been relocated. Thousands of people have been relocated pending the spillage of the dam. So I am hoping that they are safe. If you are in the path of it, the towns have been announced. It's going to affect Burkina. Even the Boko side, your people, Upper West region, Bolga area, a lot of the communities there will be affected. But I am glad it's being done in a way that they have been relocated before the spillage. So hopefully there will be minimal impact.
Alan?
Well, the Bagri Dam incident always happens every year, and we know about it. We have systems in place to take care of it. It's just that sometimes in certain years, the spillage is so huge that it affects a lot more areas than we think about. Last year, for instance, if you remember, it affected people in the Kunu East region, the Yeji area, it affected people in the Savannah, it affected people almost in four, 5 regions. So since we cannot control the volumes of water that gets into it, I just think that emergency services people should just be on guard. It's not just the Bagri Dam. The Akosombo one too is also filling. The Akosombo Dam is also filling. There will have to be a spillage. So I hope they are also up and doing and getting the communities in those areas ready to move. And let's also have some space to understand that sometimes you plan, but events sometimes overtake your plan, especially when the volumes of water you are expecting becomes more than it usually is. This year, I think it's been raining quite a lot. So we should know that it will happen. And as usual, women, children are the ones going to be affected. All the reliefs that have to get to them, we have to get it ready, move them away. I know some of our people too are recalcitrant. They are being asked to move away. They will not move. They will sit there and wait for the water to get to them, and then it becomes a national issue when you could have moved away. Whilst we are on it, Weja, those who are still building in waterways, I can assure you that we are going to have an issue with Weja too this year. Those who were sacked last year, they are back. They have gone to fill those spaces, and they are still building. They will live there for the water to come to them, and then it will turn into a national issue. We have to use our taxpayers' money that we have to use to do things to take them out. Sometimes, as a people, I don't know what's wrong with us. Perhaps we should start prosecuting people who continuously do these things.
Don't you think that it is also the lack of political will? Because in about 3-4 weeks ago, almost a month ago, we saw the breaking down of buildings on Ramsar sites and some of the utterances of some persons, even on the sites that you campaigned, we voted for you, now you've come into power, you are breaking our buildings. And so they hold politicians to ransom.
But the point is the politicians don't live there. So you are the ones who are living there. And the water will come and wash you and your family members away.
Sure.
So I really, at this point, I think we've as I said, we've really done enough to the politicians. It's not with us. Last year, Honorable Titus Glover was sacking them from the Ramsey side. Didn't we see him doing that? Then in the space of a handing over 2-3 months, you are back again on the same site. Why did the NDC promise them that they will not sack them there? I didn't hear the NDC promising them anywhere that they will not sack them. If it's a Ramsey site, it is a Ramsey site. Whether you voted for them or you didn't vote for them. If your building is in the wrong place, it should be taken down. At this point, I believe that the politicians are also getting tired, honestly. If you have to break it, we'll break it and move on. But it is you who is living there. And we as a people, we just like that too much. We like playing the victim. You have done something wrong. And then your building is being taken down and you're playing the victim as if somebody forced you to use your money to go and buy that land. It gets tiring sometimes. But we'll come back here again next year. We'll be talking about it. As for the GHOne, because I grew up on that stretch, and I remember around the Weja Dam going into Tetegu, those days we had the flamingos, we have those white birds with the yellow legs, the ones who were always the migrating birds. We have spoilt everything. We have spoilt it. And subsequent governments from Jerry John Rawlins's time have been breaking down houses and every single government breaks down houses every single year. The people still go back.
Because we do not have a national plan.
A national plan on what, my dear? You are building on the wrong place. What is the national plan in this one? It is wrong. It's a Ramsey site. It doesn't matter the national plan. We don't build there. You are in the wrong space. It doesn't matter the sort of national plan we have. Thou shalt not build there. You built. It has been broken. And you've come back again. National plan saying. I believe that it's high time we start taking people to court and actually putting them in jail for doing this because it's just becoming too much.
We take people to court. I mean, we've seen cases, but very often there are persons in high places who come back in them.
Well.
So
beer water.
Always back to square
one.
The
girls will say beer water. We are still sitting here.
All right, ladies. No, do you have any final thing to add? Thank you very much, ladies. That's Noong Falong. She is a member of the NDC communications team. Like I mentioned, she's a serial entrepreneur. If you're looking for products for your skin, please contact her. Elena Madeko is a lecturer with the UPSA. She is the aide to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. And just so you know, Dr. Bawumia is filing his nomination tomorrow.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I understand that 2 persons are filing theirs today, Dr. Bani Champo and I think Kennedy Ejapong. So we'll also be bringing you stories on those as well. Thank you very much, ladies. My name is Lily Mohammed. I take a break here. When I return, there's more for you here on the show. It's your best morning companion. Please don't go away. Yeah, welcome back to the show. This is still GH Today here on GHOne TV. Let's head for Health Alert. My guest this morning on Health Alert, I've been joined on studio by Ebenezer Atakobna. He's a research assistant at the University of Ghana, and Dr. Tebia Mensah is resident University of Ghana Dental School. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing? We're talking about oral hygiene. Yes. So lend me your ears for the next couple of minutes. I want you to maintain good oral hygiene. Listen. Doc and Lisa, you're welcome. Let's talk about what amounts to good oral hygiene, especially for people at home every day.
Okay. So we are happy to be here this morning, and greetings to all your viewers. We would also take the opportunity to say hello to our boss back at the University of Ghana Dental School, Professor Sandra Hewlett, who is the dean. So when we're here, we're representing her. Good oral hygiene. What are the key steps to maintaining good oral hygiene? I think the message has been sent out quite clearly that you brush twice a day. But there are so many nuances to that. It goes beyond just brushing twice a day. What is the hardness of the brush that you're using to begin with? We recommend a medium soft bristles. So you are not going too hard and you are not going too soft. That's the recommendation for the general public. However, in specific cases, you may be recommended to use a soft brush or specialized brushes that clean in between the teeth. So staying on brushing, you are selecting the right type of brush. And when you go out there and you are buying it, you just have to look on the packaging. It will be written there whether it's medium, it's hard, or it's soft. And then after that, you select the right toothpaste.
That's a very critical part. A lot of people in selection of toothpaste, they have no idea. How do I know that this is good for my tooth or my dentition?
Okay. So in selecting toothpaste, the basic recommendation is to go for a fluoridated toothpaste. Something that has fluoride in it. And it goes to the point to also that get toothpaste that are made for children, Don't be using the adult toothpaste for them because the concentrations of the various components, they differ. And then we move on to the quantity of toothpaste that you are using.
People use toothpaste as full as this.
Yes.
On the toothbrushes.
So you just want a pea size. So some of the brushes have projections on them. It starts high and then it gets low and it starts high. It can just be that central portion. Or it starts low, and then the high portion. Just a pea size there. And then you are brushing thoroughly. Now, brushing thoroughly doesn't mean you are scrubbing. We tend to get that wrong a lot. So what we are used to is everybody holding the toothbrush and then scrubbing. That causes a lot of damage to the teeth, and it's quite prevalent in our setting. So you would want to go a bit more circular. That way you're not stripping the gums and you're not eroding the protective layer of the tooth, the whiter part, the enamel. If you're using a hard brush and you're constantly scrubbing, then you erode that, and gradually you're tipping into the area of sensitivity. So now you come and you're saying, oh, every time I drink water, it feels so cold and it hurts my teeth. So it's not just the cold that I'm feeling, but I feel pain associated with it. You don't want to get there. So now you are selecting the right toothbrush, selecting the right toothpaste, you are brushing morning and evening, and then you are flossing. So the floss, you have the purely thread-like type or the ones that come with a handle. And you want to go in between the teeth and hold it against the surface of the teeth. Think about it this way, that the brush is cleaning the outer layers of the teeth this way. How are you getting in between? So you go in between and then you pull it gently against the surface of the tooth. So you're
now
not
the gently
pushing...
is the problem.
Yes, you're not pushing it deep into the gums and then is bleeding all over. That's not the goal. And you get the idea that despite your best efforts, you cannot clean the tooth thoroughly. You will do your best. So you transition into adding dental visit twice a year minimum into your routine. Once you incorporate that, that is where you go and you have your oral hygiene prophylaxis done. So there are specialized machines. In very lay terms, you are doing cleaning of the teeth. We do scaling and polishing. So all the plaque and tartar build up, the stains from the tea, the banku, the TZs. We clean everything. We take care of that. So you leave that to us, and we take care of it for you.
The brushes cannot take care of the plaque and tartar that builds on the teeth, because very often you find people buying the hard bristles because they think that all the things that have built up on the teeth, they can use the hard bristles to clean them.
Yeah. So it's the plaque that you're seeing. It's a colony of bacteria, saliva, and other components that have calcified. So it goes onto the tooth surface very firmly. But as you're brushing every day, you don't allow it to build up. But once they are built up, so when somebody has very good oral hygiene, they are cleaning well, you don't see the typical rings, yellow, greenish rings. But once it builds up, it's just a quick, painless procedure at any dental office, and we get it off for you. So your routine should be a good brush, a proper toothpaste, your flossing, and then you remember to brush your tongue.
Very
remember to brush your tongue, because the tongue harbors a lot of food particles. And if you are not brushing at night, particularly in the morning, when you wake up and you say good morning.
Just say gapoha.
By the time you say gapoa, we are losing a lot of revenue at gapoa because everybody is running away. But that's on a lighter note.
How often should people invest in tongue scrapers?
It should be part of your armamentarium. Some of the toothbrushes have it. However, a lot of people do not know.
Yes, so what you realize is behind the bristles, there are some rough edges.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's for the tongue scraping. But a lot of people don't know. They think it's just a design.
Exactly, exactly. So once you are aware, so some of the toothbrushes are quite expensive. They come with all these features embedded. So once you are aware, you can incorporate that to your routine. And you can watch videos on YouTube on proper brushing technique. And there are quite a lot of educational videos that show that. So you employ those ones and you incorporate it into your routine.
If I brush my teeth at night, it means I come to you. I know the University of Ghana is doing something on oral health. I come to you, but there are a lot of questions on the minds of people that don't have to answer. If I brush my teeth at night, after eating all my banku, I've brushed. I made sure I floss. I use mouthwash. I use a tongue scraper, and then I wake up in the morning. I've not eaten anything. The only thing probably I may take is water. Is it necessary to brush my teeth again?
This question keeps coming up, and it's a contest. It's a debate, actually.
Okay.
Why are we brushing before we eat in the morning? Especially in our context, a lot of people are not brushing at night. So you wake up with a lot of debris, a lot of food particles, bacteria breaking down products that has accumulated. So you want your mouth to be fresh, you want your breath to be fresh, you get it out. But if you're doing your morning and evening, if the argument is really that you eat and then you brush to get the particles out, then there is nothing wrong with you brushing after you've taken your breakfast. But does it sit well with you? It comes down to you. For the brushing, it has to happen before you make contact outside. But as to whether you drink your water, you eat before, it depends on what you have been doing routinely, especially at night, making sure you are not leaving particles. Because the more food particle and debris that are in your mouth, the greater your likelihood to get cavities.
How does diet impact dental health?
Great. Diet is everything. The teeth is a mineralized, especially the outer and the immediate layer after that. It's a mineralized layer. So for cavities to form in the teeth, it means that the bacteria in your mouth is acting. At the same time, you are getting foods that are sugar-based that will be broken down, and their byproducts being acidic, they dissolve these mineralized layers. So it softens over time, and then gradually it breaks. So you get a cavity in your tooth. And the contact time is crucial. So if you're not brushing at night, that means it's a feast ongoing in your mouth. Bacteria has enough food and is pate after pate. But if you clear it out, that means there is less of that. The saliva comes in, it brings it back to the normal base or alkaline pH, and it doesn't promote cavity formation. If you are eating food that are calcium rich, phosphorus, they strengthen your bones and the teeth. If you are eating green leafy vegetables, citrus, they are giving you the vitamins to help with the gum regeneration and healing. So the diet impacts a lot. So we advise why we don't think it's a very good habit to give children a lot of sweets and biscuits and juices that are full of sugars, carbonated drinks for their snack. It means that they eat saliva buffers and then they drink these fizzy drinks, and it's converted back to an acidic environment, which will allow cavities to form. And that is not something that you want. So if you want to take those things, it's okay. You can take it at your meal. And when you're done, you rinse out, and that rinsing will do you a great job. It takes out particles, it helps the saliva to buffer a bit, and you're back on track.
One of the critical issues that affects a lot of Ghanaians is the issue of plaque.
Right.
Why do we have people complain of plaque or thing? Is it our diet? Is it our lifestyle?
The diet is largely part. You know, all our foods are basically carbohydrates. They are sugary parts. So once we are eating, we are not rinsing out. We are allowing time. That means all the chemical components can come together, and it forms a very tight layer, adhesive to the surface of the tooth. And it forms. And then it comes to how often we are visiting the clinic to clean. And that hasn't been incorporated in our lifestyle. So you see a lot of people who are visiting the dentist for the first time in their 40s. But then we say life begins at 40. So
Is it safe to brush your lips? Because people say that when you do that, you get rid of dead cells.
I don't recommend it, but I haven't seen any literature that is speaking against or for it. However, as you are brushing, as you are eating, rinsing, if there are dead cells, they naturally
Especially
get
for us women with
removed.
a lot of lipo on our lips every day.
they get removed through our daily habits. So I cannot speak against it, but it's something that I will look into. Whether we like to back things up by research, because there are habits that are ongoing, and to know for certain, it means that you need to collect data, analyze it, and see whether it is just superficial cells you are removing, or you end up damaging some cells under, and what the long-term effects will be. Yes.
University of Ghana Dental School is marking a research week. Tell us about it, and then your theme for the celebration.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
I'll build on what my brother started.
Yes.
So we send our regards to the Dean of University of Ghana Dental School. Yes, and so the dental school is having a whole week of research.
Okay.
Research week. So what we are saying is that we realize that over the years, the faculty has been doing a lot of work when it comes to research. And so we realized that we weren't able to put out there what we are doing. People do not even benefit from the research work we've done over the years. And so faculty decided that we need to put together a program like this so that we can talk to the people, educate people about what we are doing, and then make known what we are doing to the public, so that we can benefit, the public will benefit from it. And so we started, this is our third year.
Okay.
Yes. And this year, what we are saying is that we want to talk about oral oral professionals.
Okay.
And then the training and research, and also oral healthcare provision. Yes, so that is the topic we are talking about. So we are looking at how the training that goes into oral practitioners, oral healthcare practitioners, and then how we can also invest in them in terms of research.
Okay.
Yes, that can also contribute to oral healthcare in Ghana, and also not only in Ghana, in the whole world. So that is what we are doing this week.
So since you mentioned oral health practitioners, what goes into training these persons?
So what goes into it? For instance, University of Ghana Dental School started as a faculty in the medical school. It started as a faculty in the medical, as a department in the medical school. And so you start, and when it gets to a point, you have to continue outside. You have to continue your studies outside. So over the years, we were able to build the dental school to the extent that in the year 1991, we finally was able to put together resources to be able to train home-based doctors. So with the current AI and current, new systems that comes in place when it comes to training of dentists or dental oral health professionals. The University of Ghana Dental School has been positioned in a way that we are able to train doctors or dentists that are able to look at current trends when it comes to oral health.
The week celebration, what activities have you earmarked to market?
Okay, just like I said, we want to project the good works when it comes to research, what the school has done. And so as we speak today, if you come to the University of Ghana Dental School, you realize that we are going to project all the research activities we've done within the year. Yes, we are going to project everything there for people to have access to be able to know and know the benefit it will help the community.
Okay.
And so if you come to the dental school today, you are going to see that. But within the week, tomorrow, we are also
organizing free screening.
So it's something we do often, but not this time.
Okay.
We are not doing it this time.
Okay.
We did it last month. We've been going to schools to do screening and other things. But this year's celebration, we didn't include it, but maybe subsequent ones will do that. Yes.
Doc, is it safe to have your teeth whitened?
Whitening has both therapeutic advantages and cosmetic outcomes as well.
Okay.
Having nice teeth really boosts confidence.
I agree.
Yes, and you have a very nice smile.
Thank you.
So, starting at it, you could look at it from the point of those who genuinely need it for therapeutic outcomes. Yes, absolutely. For those who are doing it for cosmetic, then we need to balance the extent, because as I've said, sensitivity is a real issue. And what whitening is doing essentially is to bleach the outer layer a bit. So you don't want to bleach too much and expose the underlying substructures. That will make your teeth too sensitive. So if you're going to do whitening, yes, by all means, you can do it, but do it with a professional who knows what chemicals they are using, what the composition is. And for those who want just a light touch, you can even come with customized trays for you that you can be using at home, which will be very gentle on the teeth. But that white may not give you pearly white, but it puts you in a very acceptable range where your smile is aesthetically pleasing.
So in essence, you would not recommend those who just go out of their way to go to shops and purchase whitening kits?
No, I wouldn't recommend that, because every tooth has specific needs. Your treatment has to be bespoke to you.
So everything It should be tailor-made.
It should be tailor-made.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wish the University of Ghana Dental School well. Please make food available so I can pass through. It's very close to my house.
Very well. We'll communicate that to the dean. I'm sure she's tuned in. So
okay. Final things you want to say.
On Friday, that is going to be our main day. That is the research fair. And we have other dignitaries coming on board. We have the Professor Nanaba Amfo, that is our Vice Chancellor coming. We have the Provost also coming. And we have the, we have the MD, the General Manager of, the Director General of Ghana Health Service also coming, So we are using this platform to invite everybody to come around because there are a lot of,
Yes, we'll be there on Friday. Thank you very much. That's Ebenezer Atakobna. He's a research assistant at the University of Ghana Dental School. And Dr. Tebiamankwa Mensah. He's a resident at the University of Ghana Dental School. Please ensure that you're always practicing safe and good oral hygiene. Don't go and be using hard bristles and scrape off the enamel. Lucky the way says, don't be a prisoner of your health.
You're no longer a prisoner because you are informed, and we are ensuring that you I keep saying that whenever I have to talk about entrepreneurship with Bolare, it's a conversation about home. And so, yes, I am home. And last week we saw some of the contenders, the young entrepreneurs who are part of this cohort. This week we are having a very beautiful mix. Sponsor, supporter, partner, and then a member of the cohort. And ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are having a conversation on the entrepreneurial journey and also appreciating the cohort 3. Because I keep saying that one of the best aspects of cohort 3 is that the winner gets to go to Barbados, and I will be part of that trip. Hey, I will go some. So, will it be my guest in studio this morning? Well, we'll get to find out shortly. But I have Yvonne Nori. She's founder of Edible Treats. And also Temi Adebajo. She is director of Bourbon House Cafe. And they are proudly associated with Core 3 of Entrepreneurship with Bola. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
It's nice seeing you again.
Same here.
After the launch. But how has the journey been after that?
Well, the journey has been interesting because we get to learn. I got to learn a lot of things that I was not practicing in my business. And also I've got to enhance my personal development. I've learned networking skills. I've learned how to tell my story as a founder of Edible Treats. And I've also met amazing personalities that I'll not meet every day.
Absolutely. And how many weeks have you done so far?
So far, we've done 6 weeks.
Okay.
Tomorrow is our 7th meeting.
Yes. And what kind of lessons would you say you've picked in this past 6 weeks?
This past 6 weeks, one thing I've learned and I now apply in my business is that your network is your net worth. So to build a social currency, you have to be deliberate about building your network. It's not everything about money. Sometimes you just need that one person who would recommend you to somebody for your breakthrough.
That one person?
Yes.
And have you met that one person yet?
I'm still meeting people every day.
So you are not meeting one person, you're meeting quite a number of people.
Quite a number, yeah.
Future billionaire.
I tell you.
We'll come back and talk about the business Edible Treats. But let me speak to you, Temi. Tell me, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. It's nice having you here.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. Thank you so much for supporting and being a part of Entrepreneurship with Bolare Core 3. But what informed the decision?
First of all, I think Bolare is an amazing leader. I think people can learn a lot from him, especially because of the success he's managed to achieve. I think it's a privilege to be able to learn from him because not many people have these opportunities. But also, I think our values align with this entrepreneurship program and with Bourbon House. I think we both value networking and community. Something we pride ourselves in at Bourbon House is our community. We want to know our customers. We don't want to just rush you out. We want you to sit down, and it's more of like a lounge. I always tell people, more like a lounge. People can work, have meetings. We don't want to just, eat your food and tell you. Exactly. No, we're not like that. We want to talk to you. We want to recognize your faces. And I think this program is a very good opportunity to network and build a sense of community.
Absolutely. And how has it been being a part of it for the past 6 weeks?
It's been good. Everybody's been talking about our portion sizes of our food as well. Everybody's quite shocked and overwhelmed, especially about the chicken.
Right.
So yeah, we're just happy to contribute in any way that we can. So yeah.
Amazing. We'll talk more about Bourbon House and exactly how we can also get to patronize you. But talk to me about Edible Treats. I mean, how long have you been in business?
I started Edible Treats in 2020 after lockdown.
Oh.
Yeah, so
it's a COVID product.
Yes. So I've been in business for 5 years now. Yeah.
And what do you do?
At Edible Treats, I'm the team lead, and I also handle production.
Okay.
So I head production for our chocolates and everything we do.
So you make chocolates?
We make chocolates and we make cakes as well. So Edible Treats is the company, and Enumde is the brand of the chocolates.
Enumde?
Yes.
Oh, tell me, do you know Enumde?
What is that?
British, someone with a sweet tooth.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah. All right, so you are into chocolates and then cakes and all of that.
Yes.
Okay, why that particular brand? What made you say, okay, this is where I want to venture into? Because there are so many opportunities, so many options available. Why Edible Treats?
Okay, edible treats because I have a sweet tooth, and
So
anytime
you yourself, you're in there.
yes, and anytime I want to give myself a treat, I always go for a bar of chocolates.
Okay.
So I love to give myself a treat, but that treat has to be edible. Mostly people talk about give me a treat, but how about you giving something that is edible that a person could savor in the moment? So for me, that's what gave me the name edible treat. So once you hear edible treat, you know you are going for something that's exactly. And because I have a sweet tooth and I wanted something that resonates with sweet tooth like me.
Oh.
Yes.
And what sets your brand apart?
What sets Enumde apart is the infusion of nuts and fruits into our chocolates.
Oh.
There are a lot of chocolate varieties which have nuts, which have fruits, but most of them are imported. We use indigenous homegrown fruits and nuts. So we have with dawa dawa, we have with coconuts, we have with cashew nuts.
Chocolate with dawa dawa?
Yes, we have the dawa dawa chocolate bar.
Hey! That's unique. I've never heard of that.
Okay, so we use the dawa dawa fruits.
Okay.
Most people know the dawa dawa fermented seeds. That's what we use in cooking. But what people don't know is that before they get the seeds, you have to eat the fruits to be able to get the seeds.
It's just like cashew.
Exactly.
We prioritize the nuts and then we forget about the fruits.
Yes. So you have to enjoy the fruits before you ferment the seed. And the fruit is high in vitamin C, which helps boost your immunity. But because our attention has not been drawn to that, it's often washed away. Meanwhile, it could be used as a smoothie, you could use it in baking, it has a lot of uses. So I decided, why don't we allow people to enjoy chocolate, but also boost their immunity? Hence the Dawa Dawa chocolate bar.
Hey. So, dawa dawa chocolate bar. I think someday, somehow, I'll be able to come to terms with that. But what other varieties do we have?
So we have with coconuts, we have with cashew, we have with peanuts, we have with cashew nuts as well.
Oh, okay.
We have the traditional white, dark, and milk chocolates as well. And we have with dates. And we are currently working on a prototype for shea nuts infused chocolate bar. So it's going to be used, we are using the shea fruits.
Okay.
The shea fruits that we eat and we discard the seed, that's what we use for the shea butter. We are developing a prototype where we could dehydrate the fruits into powder and use it for that. So once it's ready, don't worry, you'll be our first taster.
Hey, and she said it here on the show. I'll be waiting for that. But talk to me, tell me about Bourbon House. You mentioned that, yes, your values resonate with what entrepreneurship with Bola is also about. But then what services do you offer?
So every Friday we do a jazz night. So you can come in, you can relax, you can have your food, you can chill. We also do weddings, we do parties, we do birthdays. And as I mentioned before, you can also have your meetings. And we actually have a lounge area with carpet in the back with TV. And there's also like a privacy bit where you can just be shut off from everybody else if you really have an important meeting.
Right.
And
so that's what we are seeing on the screens now. People having their experiences at okay.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can advise is if you're fasting, don't pass by.
Oh, the portion sizes are too big, just don't go.
Right. Okay. So quite a wide area of what you also provide in terms of services and what you serve people. But you say what stands out is the fact that it's not a place that you just rush into and rush out.
Oh, no. You can sit there for hours if you need to, doing your work, inviting people. I mean, I stay there for long times, like on the couches, just lounging about. So we're not trying to rush anybody out. Obviously, you can't stay here and not pay for food. We're going to tell you to get out.
But you can just get something and then just enjoy the vibe.
Yeah, talk
and you
to
say Friday
us.
nights is what you have
Jazz night, live music is really fun. People are always getting up and dancing. So yeah.
Wow. So for those of you who don't know what to do with your Friday night, some of you are just confused. You're roaming Accra the entire time looking for a proper place where, and sometimes it's loud everywhere, but you just want a place where it's soothing. It's the camaraderie is there. You can get to meet people, network also.
Yes.
Very, very important as well. Then you need to try Bourbon House. And where are you located?
Oh, we're located in East Legon. It's right outside of ANC Mall. You can't miss it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right. So, I see some of your products there.
Yes.
Let me just quickly. Okay. And the boys are watching me. This is milk chocolate with ginger.
Yes.
Chocolate there for ginger. Oh wow. Okay, so this and I like your packaging as well. What informs your choice of packaging?
Well, we decided to do something that's biodegradable because we also want to reduce environmental waste. So everything in our packaging, the primary packaging, the secondary packaging is paper, biodegradable paper. And the good thing is we do everything here in Ghana. We don't import.
Including the packaging?
The packaging is done here in Ghana.
Wow.
And it's by a female.
Hey, so you're not only empowering, because I'm looking at the dates and the fruits and all of that, you're empowering women also to do that.
Yes.
And there's sustainability also in your packaging and all of that.
Yes, please.
Hey, Yvonne, so what are you not doing?
So what we are not doing is that we are not producing to our capacity because we don't have the financial muscle, and we are calling on anyone, even you could work with us as a collaborator, as an investor. Even if you have a shop, you could even be a distributor of our chocolate. And also we need funds to be able to reach the global market. Wodemaya posted our chocolates on his page, and it blew us up to the diaspora. A lot of calls from different African countries wanting our chocolates, but we don't have the export license. We don't have certain international certifications to be able to export our chocolate. But when we have partners on board, such as GHOne, yourself, EWBR, and other people we are inviting, they can help us to build our capacity, provide more training for us to get HACCP certification, and also invest in us to get enough machines, raw materials, to be able to export and sell Ghana one chocolate bar at a time. One chocolate bar at a time.
So are you going to Barbados?
Of course. Who doesn't want to go to Barbados? Who doesn't want to?
But in 30 seconds, what would winning the Cohort 3 of E with BR mean to you?
Winning the Cohort 3 of Entrepreneurship with Bulare would mean a lot, not just to me, but to the women smallholder farmers where we source our raw materials from. One, they are giving us exposure, but we are going to be on a bigger platform because, hey, we are going to Barbados. And Barbados will be recognized in Barbados. Once we get to Barbados, it would help us to be able to form networks and collaborations where we can even stock our chocolates or even sell them. Getting on that platform is going to attract a lot of national and international attention because media houses would want to know what is happening with the winners of EWBR. So for me, it's not just a win for me, but it's a win for all the women smallholder farmers and the staff who work with edible treats. Right.
So I'm just checking the secondary and then the primary packaging.
Yeah.
And my directors are not happy because I'm opening it and I think it's not coming. Well, we'll do that later. Yeah. But I mean, tell me finally, we're talking about Bourbon House. People are out there. Talk to them why they should not miss any day at Bourbon House.
Don't miss the day because honestly, what sets us apart, I've said it before, it's our portion sizes. Don't go anywhere else because honestly, our food, we've got a lot of it and we serve a lot of it. It's not just like tiny
So it's
portions.
value for money.
Yeah, you get a lot of value for money. So honestly, you should try it out. It's good food. I specifically recommend the fried rice. That's pretty good.
And that's my favorite as well.
Oh yeah, you should come on down. Come on down. Yeah.
I should. Terry, thank you so much. And Yvonne, thank you so much. Wish you all the best. And we need to celebrate some birthdays. And so if it's a birthday today, happy birthday to you. So this one says, happy birthday to you, Alexis Ato. I pray that this day marks the beginning of greater things in your life. May you never lack. Hey, may you never run out of blessings and favor from God. And may your days on earth be full of success stories. And it's from Lorraine. No wonder. Here at GHOne Television. I saw a picture on someone's status. The person says, if you have nice legs, you flaunt it. Happy birthday to you, Alexis. And this is to one of my boys, Nathaniel Mensah. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much, brah, for being an amazing brother and a valuable member of the team. We appreciate you and keep being awesome. Happy birthday to you, Nat. And yes, happy birthday, Nasara. Allah bless you abundantly and cause you to prosper on every side. Indeed, you are such a breath of fresh air. I used to work with her, one of the sweetest people you can ever work with in the media house. Nata, thank you. Happy birthday to you. Right, so that's all we have in the package for you this morning. Thank you so much for keeping us company as well. We're back same time tomorrow here on GHOne Television. I am Joshua Kodjo Mensah. Good morning.